Sentinels. You can load up fast in game with Samsung SSDs. Let's get ready to get things underway, Mimi, because this is an absolute banger. We are packed here in the Riot Games arena.
Yeah, our two best teams playing Corrode to start, and it's no surprise that it starts in mid-second, going up quick.
Always a fast fight. Zekin might get pinged out by this dart, though. And on opposite sides of the wall, it comes down. Zekin strikes first. Sentinels on the board early, but G2 are still posturing in this space, calling in the reinforcements. That'll be Jonas Api supporting down low, but Zekin is on an absolute warpath. It's not ending anytime soon. G2 find a couple of kills on the other side, but again, it'll be Sentinels in control of the site.
Yeah, the trade's good from Zelsis. Everyone gets away into this site, and now Sentinels, whenever you're playing a post flank on B, you have so many angles to go for.
It's Baby Bay in a 1v3. VCT A player one, more like.
He doesn't even have a name, Christy.
It's brutal. He already got his first kill in 1,072 days. It has been a drought for the rookie.
I don't know if we've ever had a 30-year-old rookie before.
And I don't know if we ever are again. It'll be Sentinels drawing first blood.
Yeah, that was a really nice round from Sen. And let's talk about the comps for a second, because both these teams have the same core, right? You're playing double controller, you're playing Vice. It seems like the majority of the teams across regions are thinking that that's about the kind of standard you want to set. But it is really interesting to see Zekin locking in this Neon instead, because giving up that Yoru, you're sacrificing having flashes to work with, and instead you're really relying on him to just absolutely send it early on. But it does so much for those initial fights that are really important on this map.
Exactly, especially using slides to brace crosshairs, and again for taking quick space into mid. This is going to be a consistent and also a fight over into B main at the same time. Sentinels keeping the pressure up, and once again, Baby Bay falling down this time early on into the round.
I don't think you have to start saying once again at round 2. You can wait a second to dog on him.
I mean, look, if Baby Bay was up here, he would call it honestly. I think we can do the same. I cleared that with him in advance, don't worry, but it will be Sentinels making quick work of the second round.
Yeah, so Corrode, the name of the game is these mid-fights early on. If you're playing, honestly, either side of the map, and you don't have that space, your rotates late round gets so brutal. You're either running all the way back through CT, adding probably 10 seconds, and it's even worse if you're an attacker.
Yeah, especially when it comes to, rotating between the sites like you're saying, or defenders trying to look to retake into the site. That A site only has the one way to get in it if you don't have any mid control to play with.
So I think a lot of this game for G2 against a Neon comp is figuring out what amount of space do you want to give early on, how are you re-clearing, and how are you stopping Zekin from just running away with map control?
Well, it's not going to stop. Actually, John QT running a bit away as well. Jogmo fires back on the other side and gets some support from Trent. Trent still locked down inside of mid while Valen mows him down. G2 come in with the better rifles and now control the spike.
And that's what I'm talking about. Really nice team fighting from G2. They gave a little bit of space to the Neon, then immediately have a paranoia, have a dart ready to go on that fight back in and brutalize the Sentinels in mid.
And you can see that every round, again, is going to be about mid fighting. It is double Viper walls trying to control this space early on, so a lot of chaos to play through, whether that's going to be Jogmo on flashes or Neon sliding. Right now, John QT has gone for the long walkabout, but Trent, even though he's low, is poised and ready on the angle.
Alan's low too, but there should be some easy trades to get here for G2.
And still a lot of territory to cover before you even recover the spike. Now the gas taken down rather low. QT sees the gun, but Trent will see him first. A 3K and G2 on the board.
Super good bounce back for them. Baby Bay already building it up. Coach Josh RT, he put out a post on Twitter about what was honestly a very weird move. Everyone thought it was going to be Demon 1 subbing in, instead it's the man formerly known as Demon 7, like 20 years ago in Crossfire.
You gotta go way back in the day to see those names.
But he's saying that Baby Bay's a guy who brings vibes, he brings experience, he's doing some of the things that Leaf did in keeping the team accountable and helping a little as a secondary caller. And I think from our time working with him, we can attest that he definitely brings those traits.
Yeah, he does, and word on the street is he was flying as well. And he was trialing for the team. Here we go, another fight into mid. Jogmo taken down so low, forced to teleport away.
A bit more reserve from Sen this time. They slow things down, but still take space in Valen. In trouble here.
Again, still alive and has support back on the site. Baby Bay will be holding from near elbow as more and more players flood on in. This will be Sentinel's first time really gaining some space in towards A. They've still got Bang working into A main, but G2 have bunkered down and aren't giving any angles.
What you're looking at right now is pretty much the dream position for attackers when you're in a mid round. You have control in A main, you have control deep in mid, and now you can just sit and wait for that reclear to come and try your best to punish it.
You can think of it kind of like an Ascent, where once you control mid, you can dabble back and forth, and Jogamo, a human drone on low HP, falls.
Yeah, that's what they were looking for, right? Someone's gonna walk, someone's gonna clear mid, you get your pick, and now you're up.
And now both lurks trying to test some space as well. Bang really wants it in main, but this puts a lot of pressure on Sentinels. Mid player has already fallen.
There's a pinch coming.
Pinches on pinches as that lurk has slipped through B as well. This mid fight to determine everything. Two players on opposite sides of the wall. But how prepared will Sentinels be? That haunt is deep. It's not going to spot both players, but we'll see the one. Narrate and Zekin both find their mark, and B site is open.
Perfect road into this side and plenty of time to get set up in the post. I think B is one of the most difficult sites in the game to retake right now, because if you are just coming in through spawn, you are pretty much, through mid rather, you are just gonna get owned by players in elbow, in heaven. If you're trying to just come through CT, there's also so many positions for people in the post plant to be set up. So you pretty much always have to try and take a second avenue and go for a split push to actually make those retakes work.
And when we were seeing Corrode being played yesterday as well, we saw a lot of our teams actually trying to fight a little bit more up into that elbow area. We'll help you out already if you don't know the callouts entirely just yet, but if you can have that forward space, or at least that threat of forward space early on into the retake, it can force defenders to use a lot of their utility before they even make it to the site itself.
Yeah. Nice macro that round from John QT. Takes things very slowly, calls for a good reclear, back into mid to punish both players set up there from G2. Sentinels now going to start to get some of these ults online and get a really good attack side going.
Exactly. Already up 3-1, but if Narrate's able to pick up an orb in this round, get that ultimate, combo that with Zekin, you can go flying into a site. It's really hard to react.
Last couple of rounds, we've seen Baby set up over on A. I think that normally we've been seeing a lot of like solo anchoring B from the Vise, but if you do set up A, that site is really good for these kind of multi-stage defenses, right? You can be holding all the way into main, then you're falling back, then you have the next layer here, and then you're finally falling back into the site. It's really tough for attackers to deal with.
Once again, fight out into mid. This time some neon walls getting into the mix.
Sen feint it this time. They double back into B main, and they're just gonna look to hard hit there. Only a single anchor.
Yeah, a single Thorn, no Viper Wall set up on this map, so it'll just be the support of Omen Smokes coming in.
But because G2 kept top mid control, they will actually have fast rotates to help.
When do Sentinels want to pop? It'll be the orb for Narrate, Nightfall now ready, and here it comes. All of Sentinels into the mix, Zekin leading the charge as those Thorns do delay for a moment. Those rotates you mentioned from G2. Already two players approaching in from mid, and Sentinels not comfortably onto site just yet. Trent has made his way here. Keep your eyes on him, but Narrate is already waiting for him. 2 kills, and the defense starts to fall apart from G2.
Really nice fighting there. Sentinels take a pause, decide, hey, we have to deal with one of these corridors first, get there too, and now a big advantage.
Oh, Valen just can't quite find the angle from heaven. Sees a few players, but his own teammates are dropping like flies. There's time to play with now. But Valen's position has already been given up. Now he's getting re-cleared. Narrate playing so aggressively.
Big pick.
And all of a sudden, Valen with 3. Hold on. On for a clutch. But down to 15 HP. Valen just can't get it done. He makes it even, but Sentinels take it in the end.
I don't know where those 3 kills came from. Out of G2's IGL. Still not quite enough to win it out. That's really nice conditioning early from Sentinels, showing that same util pattern in mid, immediately walking back into B, in the site pretty easily, and just having great team fighting to deal with these extremities early.
Oh my word!
That's nasty.
The wall pen into the transfer is very nice.
Yeah, welcome to Corrode, guys. Gonna be seeing wallbang kills a lot.
We like that. Depending on who you ask. Our Odin players, you know, I've been talking to Alexis all week, and she's like, yeah, you know, I'm just on the Odin all the time. It's great. When you're on the receiving end, not nearly so fun. We'll be
This is really back to old Sentinels, to comfort for John QT, getting to play double smokes all the time again.
And that's kind of where the meta seems to be headed, so this could be deeper than just a Corrode thing for the Sentinels.
G2 still start 3 into mid, but use less util this time, just look to contain.
Yeah, maybe not wanting to change too much here on the eco with 4 sheriffs in hand.
You see how brutal that Viper Wall is to deal with. You're always having to invest a flash, some piece of utility to get ahead of it. That's a value the double controller provides.
This is a moment where Sentinels have doubled up in A main, so maybe expecting a walk-up in the mid-rounds, and that walk-up is going to just be in mid. Narrate low, but that'll be the advantage.
Super passive hold over towards B. Narrate doubles back into his teammate, but Sen are going to continue to take their time, see if they can get another opportunity here.
Yeah, you expect now G2 down in numbers, especially to try and creep forward, go for a re-clear, look for something. Bit of a gamble to try and get themselves back into the round. And more than likely around a guy like Jogamo, the only hero rifle to play with this one.
All of Sen grouping up towards A main now. 2 players here, but not the weapons to really deal with this one. Jogamo with the hero rifle is far away, and already losing out on Jonah makes this pretty rough to hold for G2.
Yeah, these are the G2 Sheriffs, not the G2 Stingers. It's a very different story, except not in the case of Trent. Already has found one and calls in Baby Bay for some support, but it's just not going to be there. Sentinels making quick work of this once again.
And they get the spike down, easy peasy.
Spike planted.
Jaw can hunt a little bit here, see if he can get a kill, but no real hope of winning this round. And now, as you look ahead towards the next, it is all about what did G2 discuss in that timeout? Because they showed practically the same round in that last one, just 3 Sheriff players containing in mid.
Yeah, I'm wondering, can you run similar looks? Because obviously G2 have done a lot of like full mid aggros. Can you fight more aggressively for the extremities of the map?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Because I think when you're playing a Yoru into a Neon comp, it ends up playing really similar to if you think about like a Lotus A fight, right? Where as a defender, you have this option of if I hard commit into this early fight, you're pretty much always losing to the Neon because they have stun, they have all this utility to overwhelm, and they can beat the timings on your util with the slide. So what I'm looking at instead is early fights into main, or these like later round second refresh of initiator utility, re-clears on mid, and less of the super early mid fights.
Yeah, something to make it a little bit less predictable, less repetitive. I think G2 are a team that usually play a lot to condition their opponents, so this could be an idea already playing into the defined meta of the map already, with a lot of that mid fight, but if I'm eyeing up positions on the map, things could start to change.
So still something in mid.
Yeah, and oh, okay, Trent's going to be bringing Odin to the party. A lot of ultimates to play off of as well.
Zekin's knocked down to 2 health from that spam.
Yeah, down, they waited 10 seconds before going for the flash dart combo, but this fight is headed towards the B site. Sentinels gearing up for a split into these G2 players, but 4 already have rotated over with the double teleports. Paranoia now. The Sentinels wait to find their mark. Trent in a ridiculous position. Who's waiting for him? I don't think anyone. And now the site is getting mucky. It's getting yucky. That ultimate is down, and Trent is tearing them apart. 3 kills already, and with a classic, Jogamo will trade him out. It's a one-on-one now. Both Vipers alive, with plenty of time to work with.
Jonah P was so late to all of this. But John holds outside, tries to look for an early peek. Jonah not giving it. He'll just wait for the plants and play from there.
Turns into a game of timings. Jonah has started to
I have the spike.
spy a little bit deeper into the site. And ultimately, John has to be worried about every single angle. Left, right, up, back. Jonah's had so much time. John waiting. Backed in, here's a footstep. Jonah P takes him down.
That is nasty from Jonah. In the 1v1, walking into his opponent's pit, making noise doing so. Still gets the kill in the end. That round got way hairier than it should have because it was such a good start to that defense. I love this anchor smoke you see to the left there that Valen threw down. That gives so much space for Trent to play around. He can go left to the right side of the shed. He can isolate players coming through that smoke. He did so much in that position. So it came down to the clutch, and thankfully for G2, they had Jonah, the man to do it.
And importantly, G2 end up winning that round as well without using either the Hunter's Fury or the Dimensional Drift, so they still have options to look for a combo between those 2 abilities.
You're already seeing how much having the Odin helps solve this map. You have to put a hell of a lot of less resources into mid when you can just spam it on down.
And Trent is the OG Odin abuser, isn't he? You think back to all those rounds he was playing Sova on Ascent back in the day with the guard.
Attack side up from Zelsis is re-clear into mid.
Spotting these players out. Trent on pace. 1 misses and isn't finding a way to connect. This could be struggle city for G2. The Sentinels bring the heat over towards the A side.
Jaw has to go big in this spot. Stuck into the corner, groups towards main with his teammate. A good reposition.
still going to be players there. Giacomo in trouble, has to teleport away. It's a 1v1. Valen, the walls are closing in around him, and he is down. G2 pushed away from this site, but still with the position back towards elbow. Sentinels have to be prepared, though. They know Jaw was on this side of the map. That combo takes him down. 3 already for Zekin. Could we get another? It'll be Trent. Back into things.
Flank coming through.
The off is holding it. There's just no chance. Trent did so much in the last. But you can't swing into an op with an Odin.
Yeah, he has no way out here. Round is over. Sentinels somehow come out on top of that one. The Sova ult just a little off from Trent, and I'm not sure exactly what happened with Baby Bay top mid. I think he just got straight up spammed through that smoke. And then losing a player, Sentinels show a really nice split into the site, and a round that looked super winnable has all gone so wrong.
Yeah, and you can see there too, Valen's having a lot of troubles because ideally you want to be up into A main. That's kind of how you can play around the mid push coming in. But he just couldn't get there quick a go at making things even in this half.
They're still just trying to find a solution to mid. Setting up a trap play there this round. Off of that, Neon being heard should be a paranoia, 4 players swinging.
Feels like Sentinels mid-fights have been a lot more tempered than they started the game off with. That's sort of been Kaplan's adjustment coming out of the timeouts, because now they've got things like the operator online. Really annoying thing, just be able to post into bot mid.
And the conditioning is so good. G2 on the Rico round, literally putting all 5 players in mid to be ready for that same Neon dive we've seen round after round.
So this will only be our second time watching Sentinels go for a full main hit. Last time it was on B. This will be their attempt at an A, but there are 3 players moving swiftly onto that flank. Could be a problem if Valen doesn't get cleared. They thought they had him because of the speed of the box, but that is just unfortunate.
Yeah, the full auto does him wrong there. And now Zelsis turns to deal with the flank a little too late. Loses his light. Bang, only 1 for 1. That's guns recoverable. But now Sentinels here to deal with the problem and locking up this anti-eco.
Now once again, we're looking to the next round for G2's real adjustment. It's 2 actually timeouts called going into an eco round from G2.
And I like this purchase coming through. Put Jaw on the operator. Couple different ways you can play this. First of all, to set him up in mid, put him in a position to try and punish that Neon as Zekin is sliding on in. Or, mid-round, you can post him in a main and then heavily stack the rest of the map. I think that'll do a lot for them as an adjustment.
It looks like Giacomo's heading towards B. Remember early in the half, there was a lot of solo lurking, especially taking liberties over towards B in the early round. That's where Jaw's gonna like his chances.
Optimal here.
Ooh, but Celsius takes it easy around the corner and sees the first shoulder.
Didn't have Zelsis out-opping Jaw on my bingo card. But now this opens up a re-hit late into A. Little pressure applied at mid, and here comes the execute.
Yeah, Baby Bay's got to call in support, but already Zekin is flying at him. It is not comfortable to play with now.
Good reposition.
Waiting for his timing, maybe trying to get inside of this wall. How is Baby Bay gonna play this? He's getting slid on, he's getting schmeeked on, he can't do anything. Sentinels own the site.
And bye-bye to G2's chances in this round. You buy an op, get diffed by Zelsis,
Have the spike.
and then Sen just run over your anchor. Zekin is having such a good game on the Neon right now. Like, single-handedly, not only is he having, like, crazy impact on these executes as a fragger, but he's also forcing G2 to put so many resources into dealing with that early mid-fight. I don't think G2 has actually managed to win that space pretty much ever this half.
No, it's been a drought for a long, long time for G2. And by all accounts, we come into this match, and it's very exciting because it's G2 Sentinels, the undisputed 2 best teams in Americas this year. But it is also G2 coming in with a substitute at a last minute. Sentinels were always going to be favored here.
Yeah, and it's also weird because it's both these teams coming in with not a lot of time, you know, playing a tournament in the offseason there after Masters Toronto that they both attended, and then having like basically only a week of practice, if a little more, little less, to be able to come out and prepare for stage 1, or stage 2 rather.
Right. The thing is though, both these teams talk such a big game, especially when they're facing off against each other, that there's always something riding on it. There's always that want to win. I think especially Sentinels, you never live it down if you lose a series like this. So very good to see them coming in
And to not mince words, I think what you're saying is you cannot lose to G2 with Baby Bay.
You can't lose to G2 without Leaf after 2 days.
He's a caster. He's 30. He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's actually been grinding the whole time.
True.
And I saw some big numbers, is all I'm going to say. G2 back onto Sheriffs this time around. Wall to play with. Sentinels might just want to not reinvent too much, might not want to show too much. It's another exec onto the A side. This time Zekken slipping over to the left side of Yard. But then he pumps the brakes for a moment, waiting for his team to come out from behind the wall. Very measured approach from Sentinels thus far, and as soon as Valent's pushed back into him, he's able to make quick work with a few more members. This is lights out.
Yeah, double entry into a double op kill, shutting down the rotators in from mid. Sentinels, they've really started to simplify. The first 6 rounds was conditioning this mid fight every time, and since then they've figured out that they can just bully the A site. And Zekken has just been running a clinic over there. It's made even more difficult because if you try and fast rotate, push out an extremity, you have Zelsis always there on the contain with this operator as well.
This is the control style of Sentinels that I want to see them go back to on the majority of maps.
It reminds me of like when they were at their peak playing on Split, like Masters Madrid era. John QT as an IGL is really good at not just these slow double controller comps, but at working the Neon into it, at having Zekken as that extra bit of pizzazz.
And now he's just been calling hit after hit after hit, and this time geared up to move into B. What do they have to play with? It'll be that Steel Garden mainly, a Nightfall on top of it. Bang could even get a little bit fun and go for some teleports into the site, we're gonna see. Doesn't look like G2 want to put up too much of a stop just yet. Jonah P's actually out there with a classic because he couldn't even shoot his gun. And now Bang has ulted back up into spawn. No one's waiting for him. That's a couple of kills. Now G2 can only approach in through mid. Bang with a shorty in hand, trying to stall out as long as possible. Nightfall to try and counter out this utility being thrown in from G2, and they haven't made any progress into the site.
It's retaking through one corridor because they have no way to get out. There's a crossfire, there's an op. This is brutal.
There's just nothing you can do. They put down a smoke on the left side to try and cut off this crossfire, and it's completely worthless. Sentinels take every single one down.
That is wild. I love what we're seeing with Bang on the Omen here. Double TPing first into the site, then into his teammate's Viper Orb up in Heaven, and pathing all the way around to completely cut off both Elbow and Heaven. The player there dies, and suddenly G2, despite having a somewhat winnable retake, they're just locked out because they're only coming from one direction.
It is clear to me that Sentinels were feeding off of the chaos of all of the fights, the scraps at the start of rounds, these post
space.
We'll see what G2's approach is. Sentinels, it was all about that mid-fight, but on pistol, G2 are ready to attack into Narrate on the B site. Viper Wall here to support him. And already showing his hand a little bit. Haunt comes out, but will be dealt with. Now the rotate comes from John QT. Sentinels with full mid control can move over here quickly. And Sentinels aren't leaving the site either. They continue to flood in and bunker behind this attack wall that G2 themselves put down. It's getting a little bit awkward on site as all 5 players are here, and John QT goes unnoticed and unpunished for a moment. Finally, G2 with an advantage. Baby Bay draws 2 kills, and they get the plant down.
I've never heard the Riot Games Arena that excited for 2 kills. But they're fans.
The first 3 rows love Baby Bay. They want to be as close to him as possible. And the back of the crowd is all Sentinels.
A little weaker from you guys, son.
That's a rarity. They don't really have to talk a big talk this game so far. We'll see. Almost caught on the reload. The G2 get their pistol. Okay!
There he goes!
He got his 2!
There are the vibes Josh RT was talking about when they picked this man up. There is a big difference between how these teams are going to play their attack side, because with the Yoru, you don't have that Neon to speed up, to go for these early gambits into
Let's
mid.
go, boys! Come on now! Woo! No pie, baby! No pie!
Instead, they really have to slow things down, play a full control comp, and instead go for a lot more re-clear ideas. Here for Sen, it's a big fight ready in mid.
Large challenge. Giacomo with the Outlaw as well. Might not even be favored if that first shot doesn't connect. Oh dear! Oh dear! That Outlaw has now been recovered.
G2 want to excel into A, but because Sen have mid control, their rotates are faster.
The Viper Wall that G2 have put down, though, does give them the option to walk out it. Slices Yard up in half. Gives them the ability to walk back into elbow. That forces Sentinels to play out in front of it, but I like this tempo change from G2.
They'll slow things down, go for a re-clear, maybe back into mid, or just group towards B.
The concern is where that Outlaw has posted up now, right? Few players on light armor, dink down.
C-Cells, as he was all the way back in spawn, throws Thorns to A John, and suddenly an orb, a molly, Thorns, and this solo anchor is tough to get through.
Been stalled for a long time, but Sentinels still aren't rotating away from A.
Launching thorns.
Still some worlds where this could be a fake. Don't want to get caught on the rotate. So now it'll finally be the call from John QT. Hey, that's a lot of utility, counting 3-4 players walking their way into the site. Sentinels regroup to play numbers.
Where did G2 want to fight? I'd like to see them take elbow here, but it will be a brawl.
Yep, they want to get up in front. Now the snake bite is down. Baby Bay and Valen. Baby Bay on first contact, lining them up, and Valen to capitalize off of it. The rest of G2 follow suit. And it's a 2-on-1. Zekin a little bit too low to make a go at it.
So a bad start to the round, losing out on Jaw early, but a great recovery from G2. That's the style you need to see. Slow down the pace, don't let the Neon run all over you, take your time, take map control, and make a confident, informed decision.
Exactly. And it'll be something G2 know as well, because they're playing the Aura instead of the Neon. It's really hard for them to quickly capitalize if they see Sentinels overplaying on one side of the map. They can't have that same level of reach that a Neon has sprinting into a site.
And with that style, I expect to see a lot of rounds end like that, with these really chaotic retakes. G2's team fighting is going to have to take a step up from the first half.
A mess of smokes thrown down into mid. Sentinels were throwing a lot of that attack Viper Wall that sliced through mid, but G2 have a different read and actually
Nice
abusing
angle.
those angles.
Yeah, there
Wow.
are some cheeky ones on this map. You can jump up on this box in mid and pretty much peer over any smoke that your opponent is placing, unless it's that Viper Wall.
Yeah, and that was their own Omen smoke as well that they knew the angle of. That's something G2 have drawn up in the labs. As a little re-clear look is going to punish Giacomo. Narrate is gorgeous on those two shots.
G2 actually still have this space. Throw down a smoke before Valen decides to retreat. But again, it's a B site that has really strong stall utility. Wall ready to go. Vice Wall as well. Thorns, this is tough.
Thorns activated.
Baby Bay showing his hand a little bit. They both ignore the wall, just get right in front of it. But now paralyzed on top of the Thorns. Baby Bay has found an opening, but Zelstis looks right behind him. G2 get into the site, trade out their
30 seconds
teammate,
left.
plant the spike.
Straight up 2v2. Trent and Valen split up.
Hold
Trent
on.
is one off the ultimate, but he has a fight against Narrate.
Narrate on the flank. The wall not an option, and Trent wins it out. 3 for him on the round. And now so many corners that Valen could be in. Bang's got to take his time.
Paranoia smoke, but what angle does he
Didn't
check?
see him? That's ridiculous. I think the call might have come in to save.
Yeah. 50 credits in the bank.
Wow.
He concedes it.
Just a couple pixels forward, he sees Valen underneath him. That could be a kill. That could be an honest shot at the round.
Literally half a second difference. And now for G2, they win that round. They keep Trent's ult, and they've won their bonus from what was a dreary game. It looked like this could be like a 13-4. They're in a position where they can really come back, and it all started with this off angle. Very nice job from Trent, punishing that player in mid.
Let's go round by round. Let's get this shit, bruh.
That fast style, those skirmishes for mid on their attacking side that maybe need to adjust to G2.
But they are starting with a fight here.
Hero rifle on Zekin, and that is in A main. Only Jonah and Baby Bay to receive this fight, and there'll be a paranoia too to catch out these players. Here it comes, Prowler spotted. Here's the paranoia, and Baby Bay's down. Zekin gets away with murder.
Exactly the kind of trap you want to see from Sen. Wait for someone to walk up, have the punish with the paranoia and the slide, and now you get an advantage to play from on Eureka.
This is almost the weakness now of how G2 play. They hadn't already taken space into mids. That drone comes in from all the way bot mid.
Look at where this Vise wall is placed as well.
Oh
Gonna
dear.
contain towards B, but they're losing space elsewhere. Jaw trades on back.
Yeah, Sentinels wanted to keep the pressure up, go for a re-clear into mid, but every single corner they peek is being held.
It's a good start to the round, but unfortunately for Sentinels, G2 too good to trade this one out unless Narrate could change that.
Down to 11 HP though.
Spike planted.
Spike already planted. How do G2 want to hold on to this? 2 players back into elbow. Again, trying to bite off of Valen's contact in the corner of sight. Play these deeper lines and force Sentinels to show exactly where they're going to be approaching from. Prowler already into the site, makes it easy for Valen to throw that paranoia and fall back again. It's these layers upon layers when you hold into the post plant. Delay, delay, delay. And Sentinels are now starting to feel that time pressure. Starting to feel the pressure of being outranged and outgunned. And just minced to pieces.
Nice post plant there for G2. Second round this half where they lose someone early to a set play and manage to recover. But Sentinels now, this is the round where we're really going to get to see what they were discussing, what they were looking to change out of that timeout.
Looking at ultimates here, Trent's got the Hunter's Fury. Sentinels not far from a Nightfall, just one off. True from a Steel Garden as well, but maybe a little harder to play for those orbs proactively than we saw out of them on the attack side.
G2 don't think that Sen will stack a play into A main 2 rounds in a row. They look to go there, and they're absolutely right. This is a light site. Where
Look at
is this
Valen,
TP?
all the way back towards spawn.
He sticks it.
Pinch into Narrate, who is effectively solo away, but Narrate is waiting for it. He is ready. And now the rest of the team is in. Nightfall's going to tag up 3. This completely stunts the play from G2. They're boxed into a corner. They don't really know where to go. Zekin fighting his way out as well. And they're all split up. Jogamo into the thick of things. Gets the 2. G2 with a chance once again.
The round slows down for now. Plant still not committed. A 3v3, but ults for G2. Jaw can get info off this.
Time to scout. There's a double hold back towards spawn. That buys a lot of comfort, and now the Hunter's Fury to connect. Trent tags the first. Shots coming out from the next one. It's distraction! Jogamo with a 4-piece.
Hunting for his ace. The IGL on the other side.
John QT's been revealed. Jaw is waiting right on the other side. He's ready for it! Jogamo gets the ace!
Incredible from Jaw. They needed a player to step up. And the world champ delivers. 5 rounds in a row now for G2, and this was just beautifully played by him. A perfect flash out of the ult, off of the timing of that burst from the Hunter's Fury hitting to get the kill. And then he just keeps it going.
That is a thing of beauty right there.
The iBuyPower ace. Of course, you can go over to iBuyPower socials. They're giving away a $100 gift card and $100 in iBuyPower rewards at iBuyPower. Hashtag unlock your ace.
In the meantime, Sentinels have slipped into mid. Again, continuing to fight over this corridor on the map. And G2 have found success even without doing the same. A very different read heading in, but it's this measured play style that you come to expect from Valen.
And every round, you saw Sentinels throwing a Viper Wall, something like that, to cut off into mid and help the fight there on their attack side. Instead, G2 has been throwing sight walls, either on A or on B, that are prioritizing getting their Viper into a lurk position instead.
Oh,
but
no.
This round, the lurk in question dies.
Yeah, that's the thing. Narrate's so confident he's playing up in front of that Viper's wall, out in the middle of nowhere, but he's winning his shot. And this forces G2 now speed up into the B site. John QT tucked away into the corners. Teammates continue to flood on in. Sentinels looking good already, and Zekin goes down. This might not be over just yet. G2 continuing the fight on in. And abandon Valen to get the spike on the ground.
Baby Bay and Trent trying to win it out, but an ult in their face. Trent will keep his gun, and so will Baby Bay.
G2 have had to fall fully off site, only now looking to get back in. Trent, the spam, it almost is there, but now with Baby Bay in a 1-on-3, it won't be enough, and Sentinels get their first defense round.
Finally breaking the streak there for Sen. And it comes off of Narrate's confidence. Like you mentioned, playing up ahead of that wall, punishing onto the lurk, and they know what G2's reaction is going to be. Because with the Neon they're taking mid, because Narrate is posturing forward on A, it has to be a 4-1 heavy into this B site. And the Sentinels players are there very quickly to flood retake the site and win that one out.
The adjustment from G2, well, we probably need to be doing something about mid. We can't be giving those rotations over so easily. When our bluff is being called.
Attack side operator. That's in the hands of Jojimo.
G2 have been throwing this smoke consistently, right on the corner there to block off a lot. Allen, unlucky a bit, can't connect.
Paranoia.
Refight, here goes Zekin sliding on forward, no one's looking at him. 2 immediately to kick off the round.
2 clean from Zekin. G2 pop an ult.
What is happening? We're ulting
towards
away, but
A?
refighting in. What in the world is that?
That is a weird one. Works out for Sen though. They trade favorably. And now it's just Jaw off in hand.
Yeah, the up purchase looking a little bit silly now in the 1-on-4. And that teleport would have been seen. Oh,
Brutal timing for Jaw. And a really good change from Sentinels. They've shown some of those earlier mid-fight ideas. They win that last round, realize that G2 is going to want to fight for mid-space, and instead go for a re-clear play. Perfectly done off of the Paranoia and the Haunt coming in conjunction with that slide. And now another look of what they can do with this Neon. It's the AWP this time in the hands of Zekin. They'll show a much more passive round now.
The aftermath of losing that round, it means Zekin can pick up the big gun. G2 gonna have to be precise as they scale forward to deal with that.
2 Guardians, no ults. From what started as a fantastic attack side, this is now feeling like it might slip away for G2.
Volleys exchanged into mid, warning shots, and the like. But it'll once again be Narrate challenged on the first angle. That up falls, and now the refight from Narrate. Paranoia only hits the one. Sentinels have lost out completely on this side of the map.
And now it's going to be a clean A post plant for G2. They still have Vi's Thorns to hold off. They have all 5 players ready to go.
Can even start to cycle these smokes as soon as this orb goes down, Viper Wall goes up, so that's why Bang looks to challenge. Slips in, here's players jumping away, hold on, nobody's home. He started to realize, and he's here so quickly. On the left side. That's the first. There's a whole lot left to do. Sentinels blinded up. Still stalled away. I mean, they're tagged up, they're getting shot at, they're getting shocked at. And now they might just fall away from the site entirely.
They're saving. And this is such a cool post plant from G2. You see where their wall is. That's what I was talking about, that allows a lurk to go up towards elbow, that threatens the Viper there. But what it also does is when you have a post plant and you're putting the spike down here, the retaking players have to push through your Viper wall to challenge. And there's so little space around the spike outside that wall that it's really difficult to actually have a double swing, to actually cover someone defusing, and makes an already tough site to retake even more difficult.
So maybe that post plant that...
Bad for Sentinels, they don't even get to keep stacking the loss bonus because of the 2 rounds they won. So it's going to be buy save pretty much until we're right up to overtime.
After the next couple of rounds. We'll see right now. G2 set up 3 towards B, 2 towards A. Again, the same look from Sentinels, playing up, guarding the space around the attack smoke that's been placed right down the middle.
They've realized that G2 are not task fighting for mid. So they're able to just walk a player in without having to commit much utility.
It's so much space for free, but you also think G2 realized the same, because no one's ever up in A main, so Trent is always going to be there, ready to challenge.
The round will be decided on the mid re-clear.
Now, once this wall goes down. Or maybe we just refresh the smoke. Sentinels have no reason to give it up. They can just keep cycling that smoke over and over.
Are they fighting deeper?
Oh, we're trying to jump over this smoke as well and see someone up window, huh? But I like this because 45 seconds in the round, Sentinels have decided, yes, we were up there, we could have kept fighting, but G2 have lost so much time. Sentinels can now give up that space and chew away at the clock.
Drone into A main. Makes Sen think this might be another
Breaks the
hard
wall.
G2 hit there, but instead it's a heavy walk into mid. What
I
a
love this.
timing for G2 to catch.
It'll all be on Narrate and John QT.
But they're separated.
They have to play on their own on the slant. Oh no! Who's looking at him? A 1-for-1. That'll be good enough. But now Narrate prepared into main and no one else to challenge him there. A quick hop back into the site. Chogamo trying to be a drone! He pretended to be a drone for half a second. That was exactly what Narrate needed. Sentinels down in numbers, but they're always coming back into the site and now onto the flank. The challenge, but it's a knife in Delsis's hand. Somehow Trent chalks it. Now Trent paranoia it up. His Sentinels running to the side. I mean, it's a mess on every single front.
Trent 1v3. Ult, and all of his starts to work with.
But they know where he is, and he's still worried about a flank. He knew Zelsis was behind him, now sees that there isn't a flank coming in. Has to put away the Hunter's Fury, needs to challenge. To half already, there goes Trent 1, and Trent does not get the next. Sentinels strike first here and take Corrode. At the start of Corrode, but definitely heading into more familiar territory on Ascent. Classic map for the team for these players.
Baby Bay buying 4 Headhunter bullets, half armor.
Yeah, a lot of players, actually 4 on G2 with the half armor.
I want to see some headshots out of him.
I do like it, the sort of push and pull of the pistol game. We've seen so many more teams buying into the Sheriff. You can see Zekken with that.
You can see this really forward sensor that can be swung off of an A main. Same in tree.
That's the first stun primed just by the hold on. Baby Bay's out in front. That'll be the first. A paranoia to stall out G2 into tree, but Baby Bay and the rest of the G2 are on a warpath. Bang tucks himself back into sight, but he goes down. G2 box themselves into the site.
And now it's double Senti in the post plant. Thorn's gonna come up. John QT trying to get ahead of it.
Ooh, he slipped out. You wouldn't expect him to be here already, but the drop is made. Nice shot. It's Valen with 3. And now with players in main, no space onto the site, just getting toyed with. You can't feel good.
Revealing area.
That can't feel good either, oh my word. Baby Bay starts and closes the round.
Nice shots from him. Opens it with the Headhunter. Closes out with the Sheriff. Gotta feel good. It was a rough map one. 7-17.
Ooh, right when the smoke blooms too.
Now looking clean here. Valen as well.
Okay.
I do think it's interesting. When you impress Trent, that's when
You know
won.
it's good.
Yeah.
You know it's good.
That's real.
G2 looking way more comfortable on this map, though. You saw they had really good protocols to clear both of the sensors. On one side with the clone, on the other just baiting it out and then scaling up together. Really nicely done from them to win the pistol. And they're back to A again. Baby Bay with the Outlaw looking to farm some eco frags.
No one's even playing this A site yet from Sentinels.
When Josh was talking about why they chose Baby Bay as the sub, he was all about the vibe and the, you know, he's a caster, he watches all the game, he knows the team. He wasn't brave enough to say that he's a scope abuser, just like Leaf.
Oh, okay. It's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, we
in
never
a
got
way.
to see him play with the Outlaw when he was a pro.
It's interesting, though, because Leaf is surprisingly maybe a very vocal player, I think, on G2. A lot of the times, you know, Valen's going to be calling the shots, but Leaf's a very proactive guy when it comes to spotting out what's going wrong for the team and speaking his mind.
And you heard that from them last stage when Valen was talking about some of his struggles as an IGL, having kind of slower moments there. It was Leaf, the guy who was stepping up, helping out, adding on leadership, adding on ideas.
Flash into 3 now, comboed with the dart. Will be traded away. This is another one of those slow rounds that you'd expect from Valen, even on the anti-eco. Oh dear. Narrate catching the 1 and peeking in for a little bit more. G2 will be down in numbers for the post.
It's a 3v4 post plant, but there's still danger to this round. Guns picked up.
It's a bit awkward too. G2 have split up and put 2 players
Look
in
at
main
Valen.
again. Valen creeping around up in heaven. That's 1. Has to fall away. That paranoia will be the exit path he needs.
Cover going out.
The rest of the team now called into sight to play off this smoke.
Here.
Baby Bay fully protected now. The smoke on his shoulder. Now ready for players to drop by now. A quick scope on 1. And backs on away, playing into the time game now, even as the shots get a little bit messier. Sentinels just don't have the clock to play with, don't have the time at all. But some good damage here in the second round.
They lose a couple guns, that's good damage Sen can be happy about. But people happy to see Baby getting his kills?
Yeah, and to go back to what we were talking about with Leaf being so vocal, that is one of the things that I was wondering with G2, is who's going to step up to be that next guy. Is it going to be one of the tried and true members of the team, a Trent, something like this?
For
Could
sure.
Baby Bay even bring something like that?
Yeah, I think that you honestly do look to Baby Bay, right? Like he's someone who I think they've expressly said to him coming into the team that, hey, we want you to be vocal. We know you haven't played in a while, but we want you to like step up and kind of add ideas to the team, you know, talk when things are going wrong. And I feel like that's a role he can be really confident in fulfilling.
You're going to need ideas on a round like this. Fight into mid. Zekin creeping down, his first of the game. And now with Jogamo out of action, it's very hard to do much of anything.
And when you lose your Yoru before he uses that clone, it's so hard to play into double Senti. That's your best tool to break util.
I mean, look at the utility. In every single lane, market, Turi, A main, it is everywhere. Just littered around.
Just the clone walking down.
You didn't think that was real?
No. They break it just in case.
And these walls too. Although I kind of like with the chamber, because this wall, it's a fake wall because obviously you can kind of see through it. And Chamber's allowed to play on an off angle like that.
Come on, give him the fight.
Because his TP would send him back into mid.
If he gets a pick here, they can really quickly pop a B split because he'll be teleporting back to his Omen as well.
The issue is there's still 3 players back on B. Now the wall's down, so it's a little bit ready for. And now, like you're saying, it will have to be that B split, but a trip will give it away. As soon as it falls down, you see both players going back into Boathouse.
Narrate and John backside together.
Ooh. Zekin's gonna want that back. Now without pressure of a quick rotate through spawn, it will just be the side anchors. John and Narrate in opposite ends, opposite corners, 1-for-1 might not be enough, and it won't. G2 have the site.
Plant comes down. Paranoia for Bang. That's the best hope to make this retake still work.
Bang's going quickly. Still has a paranoia, but he wants to take the fight first. He's out in front of things, and his teammate isn't there to trade off immediately. G2 take the bonus.
And that's from starting a clean man down. They lose John mid, but Baby applies so much pressure individually over towards A. Keeps 3 players on that side of the map, and it all comes down to this fight, right? Getting the double 140 with the Outlaw, killing Zekin. That means the rotates are then coming super slow into B, and it's just a matter of
big
screaming.
bonus! Big bonus!
And it was.
and winning the trades on site too.
Yeah. I mean, that was the strange thing from Sentinels, because all of their trips were spread around the map. They didn't have anything to play off of on the B side itself. They just went and played their own angles and weren't even able to trade out even.
Full mid trap play here.
Yeah, but it's a trap with a couple of classics and sheriffs.
And no one really there to receive it.
Yeah, G2 scaling protocol is always some of their best looks, right? It's very hard to actually catch them out in a trap because of their utility. Here comes the drone over from Tiles. First of all, second scene. Now the trap play is burned, and it's just not anything. Jogamo is here for 2 quick kills. The rest of the team flooding in. And by the way, Baby Bay is now in market through B. So add insult to injury, because this round is wraps.
Hold on, Chrissy. Baby Bay is 5-0 this map. He's owning on the entries.
Is that and is the headbang through a wall? Yeah.
Yeah. Casual draw 4K to boot. G2, this is a different story from map number 1. Perfectly diffuse the trap play. Work their way into B off that lurk. It's all well done.
Oh yeah, G2 Copers right now are eating good, right?
Oh,
They're coming
yeah.
up. We had 1 corrode scrim, and we still got that close, really? Oh, now we're up 4-0?
You were alluding to it a little earlier, but I do think this chamber is a really good pick into double Senti, because you can walk out onto these sites in a way no other agent but Yoru can. And if you get hit by a trip, you activate a sonic sensor, anything like that, you can super easily teleport away.
It gives you more like fun options, I think, on attack out of a double Senti option. Of course, comes with less powerful defensive utility, right? It relies on that gunplay as opposed to those trap setups that Sentinels are going to run.
But when you're having an attack side that's already this good, it makes up for that a little bit.
It definitely pans out. Now, by the way, Jogamo has a judge. He has plenty of money, but he's got the dimensional drift as well. So if I'm a side anchor, I'm quaking in my boots right now.
Second has to TP out of mid.
Here it comes. So John QT, very likely in trouble here. Jogamo, shotgun in hand, first flash, a clone primed. There's an Omen ult faked out in backside as well, but John is ready for it. He's waiting and now buys himself some time with the cage. G2 trade out, shock darts back and forth, but still John is alive in backside. There's pressure in from Market. And John forced back down onto a classic, but it's Baby Bay without a team, and it's G2 without a sight.
All about John. Holding down alone in backside. If he doesn't get that kill onto Jaw, then it's a G2 who has easy sight control, who has tons of util to win out this post line. But not only does he get this first pick, but throws down a cage, gets an anchor smoke from his teammate, and then all of the support util coming in is just beautiful. A flash from Zekken combined with the dart, that gets him the second kill. And then he's just there causing problems as the rest of Sentinels eviscerate G2.
When Sentinels are rotating quick through mid, just like on Corrode, it's looking really good.
Okay, next round, Baby Bay, attack side off. What is he up to?
Oh, he is netted in a one-way. Good thing is he's chamber, so teleports up to the high angle. But still, there's a couple of players from SEN in mid. And now they've known that those 8 players from G2 have been forced away. They decide not to continue the fight.
Zekken just TP'd out of mid, so this reclear coming at a really good time for G2.
Remains to be seen how actively Sentinels want to look for a refight.
Look at this off angle in the close corner from Zelsis. Previous rounds, Baby Bay has contacted into tree. This off angle is to punish him.
And it's baited for perfectly by Zekken. Can take the first shot, teleport away once that's primed. Here it comes, nice out of Baby Bay. Hardly any time to react, but Hunter's Fury unable to reply with anything. Zelsis creeping forward, completely unexpected. That's the bait at work.
Jaws in spawn, Christie swinging
Jaws waiting
in.
for it. Not at all. John QT rather narrate to find a few. So now this spike in the middle of the map. G2 scattered to the wind.
Valen TP's through the wall and opens up this A site, but Zelsis, a chance to take a timing, wins it. And now the ult in a 2v2.
What a shot. But it's down to 20 seconds. Zelsis has the ultimate to try and pluck someone away from the site. It's being baited out. Now he's holding on to it.
10 seconds
He can
left.
use that to enter into the site. Become a human drone and trade 1-for-1 if this fight doesn't come to him first. The ult goes wide. Trent hiding. Waiting for his moment. Takes the high fight first. And takes the second. Trent in a Red Bull clutch.
Just incredible out of Trent. There's all kinds of talk about who's the best player on G2. But no matter the roster, no matter the event, Trent is a beast. These 2 kills on mid open up the round. And in the 1v2, he plays it perfectly. Crab walks away from hell, tucks front dice, and isolates both fights to perfection. Not just the mechanics, but just playing that clutch. So intelligent.
Sentinels can't really allow to have happen is him to keep running away with things.
Change up out the timeout for Sen. They're going to buy an op for Zekken. They're going to push him into mid.
The dimensional drift. John is forced down onto a stinger. Off
to
B
force.
Ooh, interesting little dart option towards A. The whole time, Baby Bay really thinks that Sentinels are going to creep forward. I think having a read that Zekken has the opportunity to come in with the sniper and to walk into Oppo Rosa.
TP's out on the timing of his gate crash.
Everything's around those timings, though. They're waiting the 35 seconds before, activating on some other side of the map. What G2 are doing is trying to make sure Zekken can't teleport away.
And they only show the Vice. Now the Sova drone's seen. Sen will start to get suspicious.
Baby Bay already posted up and waiting. Again, successful with these openers.
But the Deadlock util is still up on A. Probably another 15 seconds on that wall. Oh, a little sooner. Falls now. And G2 understood that timing perfectly.
Really selling this fake with the clone and another behind, but Narrate getting that kill into mid has made things a little bit uncomfortable. Now he's out in the open. He's been caught out in the open a few times.
Look at Baby. He's running into spawn. They have a split through market, and John QT is super isolated here.
Jaw is just intrigued. G2 are running the map against Sentinels. John, with a stinger in hand, do we really think he can do it? Can't even find the one.
G2, they were executing B at the same time as they had a lurk full running up mid and full running through tree into A. They absolutely own this map right now. And SEN are calling another timeout.
I don't quite know what to make out of it.
Fine.
An operator won't be a possibility for Sentinels coming in. They need to stop re-clearing into these lines that it's possible for the chamber to be posted on. You're playing this control style comp, right? So hard to run active plays either with a comp like this, so can't even have those shark attack throwaways.
You see Narrate keeping 3K in the bank. He'll be able to buy an off next round.
That's a good spot.
Drop that over for Zekken.
Zekken's been doing a lot just playing down into bot mid.
But again, he's like always getting flushed out or taking a timing TP before he can actually have late round impact.
Drone should be coming in fairly soon, you'd think, if G2 wanted to continue into mid. As a matter of fact, that teleport goes back, and that's exactly when Baby Bay posts up to see if there's going to be a deep peek.
So pull out your checklist. Push away the Yoru, pressure into tree. Okay, we've got out the net.
That's 40 seconds right there.
Yeah.
It's all a game of seconds for G2, and of leaving Baby Bay in very lethal positions.
Outlaw in the close corner here. He doesn't actually have a TP to get out.
No, but he's expecting these re-clears that SEN have been going for. Maybe starting to get a bit impatient, and that card is going to be heard.
Fake Yoru TP into the smoke mid.
Celsius. Need to be a right click with the classic. Nice flash. In for a shot, dips on away. And now the second wave to follow. Paranoia in. Jogamo trailing. Inching his way through the site. G2 are really taking their time. Even with 20 seconds on the clock, let's let Bang be an issue. But not for much longer than that. 10 seconds is all G2 will need.
No one else in a position to deny. The last two members of Sentinels race in. But G2 is established. The Outlaw posted towards heaven. And this retake feels nigh impossible.
It can be hard to pace yourself on a site hit like that, right? I think when you're playing without a jet to go flying on in, jumping up on top of generator, you need to have that patience.
G2, I think, get more value out of one Yoru flash than almost any other team you watch in Valorant.
Sure.
They do such a good job of taking a tiny bit of the map with just one piece of utility. You saw the fight in Tree Room there. All they had was a single Yoru flash, Baby Bay swung, they got the opener. And then they maintain their entire bank of utility to actually just overwhelm Bang as the site anchor. They're always very conservative with how they're using that util, making sure they have something in the bank for that last second hit.
And you need to make every little piece of utility count when you do throw something like a chamber into the comp, because he's not offering you a whole lot in terms of active fighting util.
Yeah, contrast that to SEN, who have a net that's going to refresh every 40 seconds, that have to refresh on that Sova as well. They have that one extra piece to work with.
But this will be the make or break round of the half, probably for Sentinels, of the map on top of that too. Zekken has been able to buy into the operator, has a dimensional drift to play with too.
He's played mid pretty much every round. Now instead repost towards Cat.
Standing ahead.
I've seen Baby Bay go for this A fight a few times too, but the one way is a little delayed out of Sentinels. Trying to play around with the dart timing that G2 have been defaulting there as well.
And there's the util. Single Yoru flash, they full take A main.
G2 are causing a ruse and maybe leaving an insert with Val, and that spike is still over on the B side of the map.
Baby Bay sees him jumping.
Yeah, just give him an opportunity to go for a fight. The weirdness is that Valen still being here could even be a second threat of a lurk. Even if Baby Bay were to fall.
They get out the net, or the wall rather. And with that being used in a minute, they're gonna have plenty of time to wait and re-hit A late if they'd like to.
they've guessed correctly in terms of, well, Zekken being on the other side of the map with the op. But Bang can stall out for a long time. A paranoia back on Jenny. On top of all this utility, we're gonna have to call in the Hunter's Fury if G2 want to get into the site. There's the first. Bang's still alive, trying to dance around. He's teleporting in place. That is not going to work. The lurk on the other side of the map as well. A constant pressure point into Sentinels.
It's already going to be a save call. No way you can risk losing the operator. That was the whole game plan coming out of Sentinels' second timeout. And G2, think about what they did that round. They show a Yoru flash to open into A main, get 3 players posted there, and pretty much do nothing else for the rest of the round. They just full waited, because G2, or rather Sentinels, have been conditioned that, okay, a minute into the round, there's going to be a re-clear in mid, there's going to be all of these pressures in different parts of the map. But instead, they just sit, wait, the wall falls, and instantly ripping that execute.
We effectively played like 50 seconds of the round, and neither team had any info on the other team, right? Apart from a few pieces of utility. And G2 go for that snap play, and it's beautiful.
And that's one of the drawbacks with Zekken picking up the operator, that you don't really have a player who's going to be able to put themselves on the line to, for example, go re-clear mid.
Right. I mean, he could have looked for a forward line, right? He could have fought up into B main, looked into mid.
But he's afraid to do that because BabyBay's been holding there with an op most of these rounds.
So instead, he was back on stairs to B. We'll see if it's a different approach out of him going into the next round. Sentinels do still have the money to buy around him and play it out again. But it's starting to slip away. Jogmo 1 point away from his own dimensional drift too.
This round, Zekken will fight forward in mid.
Zekken fought mid. But I like this clear from Valen. Nice damage down. Zekken now waiting, but a teleport away. It's gonna be all right from him. G2 have the read. They know there's gotta be Zekken down here, right? But that drone was shot away at. Drone getting no value means that, hey, Zekken's never been cleared. Nice little combo piece.
Cutting through.
This time he stays. Ran out of time on the gate crash. Has to use the second to get out instead.
Yeah, that's early into the round. No options to reposition. But I think he's running towards the correct side of the map.
Launching Thorn.
This is where Trent's got the spike in hand.
G2 want to sell a fake on A, then have the Yoru TP back over and maybe exact this into B.
Very similar look to the mid-round in the previous with 2 players sitting in main.
Spike's coming back though. They haven't fully decided where they want to finish.
And Spike now heading into cap, but the wall gets placed at 40 seconds. We have to break that. There's no other way for G2 to get into A. And now a fake ultimate going back towards spawn, trying to
30 seconds left.
entice someone to maybe step forward. Zelsis, shotgun inside of the smoke, gets the first. No one else is looking at him. He has control of main. And if Jogmo is able to sign something, G2 might be right back in it. Into the back of side behind Dice. Bang! Gets his shot down to 10 seconds on the clock. And Sentinels are starting to crumble. Zekken is in here, but now discards himself back into main. Operator in hand. Every single Sentinels member is on their own. One flash to play with. Just firing away. Drawing eyes towards him. Zekken is trying to be the bait.
Dart online.
There's the first. John QT has found his mark, and now pressure goes onto the spike. G2, they can't sit around underneath hell, and John QT is raining up from above them. Sentinels get their second.
Finally breaking the streak for Sen. And now
Oh, we can do better than that. It's a rare day when the Sen fans are the ones getting out-yelled at. BabyBay's brought some of the crew. And we're gonna have a moment now. You can settle down, it's all right. We've got a little bit of a tech pause.
I blame BabyBay from Zelsis. He's still there with the judge, and you actually managed to stall them out for what feels like the first time this game.
Now Sentinels looking better now that they're not committing so much to these mid-rounds. Looking to the angle, still Zekken wants to have the early information. And he will note that there is a teleport right next to him. Oh my word. Well, Jogmo says hello. A little friendly bump on the shoulder. But now it's time to lay the red carpet down into the B site. John QT won the first round from back here, was strong. for Sentinels, but so much pressure. I mean, the flashes, the darts, it's just all up in his eyes.
Spike planted.
We'll have to call from the grave.
Second time G2's shown around like this. This time they get the kill backside. And still, their Vi's posted in main. He is going to cause so many problems.
G2 made the right adjustments, but now Narrate at the front.
My ult is ready.
The spear for Sentinels.
He's walled off. Trapped in main. It's a 2v2
Oh,
on
look at
site.
Narrate go. He is on a warpath, and Trent down under.
Player standing.
It'll be a one-on-one. Zelsis doesn't grab him. How does that miss? And he's got to get on the spike. Sees the player coming. Jonah P will take it through.
I don't know how Jonah escapes prison there. Gets walled off on main. Has to commit, what, 10, 15 seconds to spamming it down. And somehow sneaks through the ultimate there.
Yeah, let's see him tuck in there as he slips on past that.
I mean, these kills from Narrate were lovely.
Yep, just barely.
Ooh, sit down, boy. Sit down, boy.
The pop-offs for G2 back in control. Going into the last round of the half. This time, no op for Zekken, but a walk into mid. Early TP up from Bang.
Yeah, a little fake shark with the rest of Sentinels sacking onto A. Here's John once again. And a Hunter's Fury to try and stop G2 from getting any space into the site. Nice tags. We'll get the first kill to Sentinels. Now it's sort of a mad dash from a couple of players on Sen to hold on to the B site. Their entire mid is a giant question mark. They have no info of where G2 could have slipped into.
But they have tons of utility on A.
Yeah, I mean, what, a wall, 2 trips, no more wall, but there's still a stun.
Jonah's going to do well to apply a little pressure here. Keep 3 players towards B.
Really trying to sell a B split, but no one is buying that. Good work, Zekken and Zelsis putting to sleep 2 members of G2.
Revealing area.
Trent has yet to be stopped.
He doesn't know that the A side has been conceded.
30
Stuck
seconds
behind
left.
this wall instead. They're not going to have any util to get out.
I mean, they're gonna have to go eventually, right? 20 seconds.
Waiting on the smoke.
Launching thorns.
Thorns to heaven. They only have to watch tree. That's exactly where Zelsis will be. Spotted out. Time is running out. G2 need to act on
10
this.
seconds left.
That stun shouldn't be an issue, but it will be if Jonah P falls down.
That's the spike!
Hold on, why was the spike going for the fight? There's nothing doing. Zelsis takes 3.
Yeah, G2 cross it up a little there. The spike planter, the one to close door, and that net perfectly catches him.
Very polarizing story compared to game number 1. This time it's G2 with a monster lead at the half. Sentinels building back some momentum.
So well done by them. In control of this game. Confidence for G2. But for the halftime, you got something side macro. Now, quite frankly, we're looking at Baby Bay. On defense, on the chamber, he's fighting up mid with Jaw.
Yeah, stepping down to that space early. Exactly how Zekken was playing it in the first half. Sentinels aren't really challenging that area just yet. It's only John QT on top mid. The rest of Sentinels might just want to pop out quickly into the A site. Setting up a short teleport. There's the shock. Breaks the thorns. And now with the wall being thrown from over A main, that'll stop any quick flood out of tree.
G2 might want to turn this into a flank, though. You see Jojimo pushed all the way down. Trent
Wow.
somehow catches the fadeaway on Zekken.
He's been excellent in this series. Sentinels down in numbers, have to get through 2 walls.
Spike planted.
Fight on the flank could be make or break.
Yes, it will. Jogamo Zelsis. But Zelsis down low. That paranoia onto side. G2 are winning every single fight on both sides, and now Sentinels without any territory anywhere. Might actually have spotted out Baby Bay, but will it make a difference? Doesn't seem to be the case. We're just jumping down on him, flattening Bang, and the rest of Sen's hopes in this map.
Really well controlled retake from G2. 10-3 up now. Trent, I don't know how he managed to get that kill. Just takes a tiny bit of a timing, peeking out onto Zekken on the entry.
It only took him 11 bullets.
Yeah, and that's such a good decision to commit to the flank from Jaw. When you're playing into double Senti, the worst way it can go is when you're all retaking through one choke point and you're getting censored, there's Cypher trips, there's all this stuff you have to break through. Instead, they have 3 different directions of approach and really mitigate the risk that double Senti poses.
Yeah. It was nice seeing that Sentinels, you know, had like the wall being dropped down into tree on the hit, but losing fights on both sides, not quite good enough of a look for them. This time playing heavy into B main, probably just gobbling up some orbs. Narrate's got 3 already, so might as well grab another.
Check out Baby Bay, posted inside of Wine. Has a TP to get back to site easily, and Thorns to support that can be popped cross-map to give him some space.
I remember G2 back on like Abyss were playing the Yoru Chamber stuff, and it was all often about just being able to play 2 agents that could play nasty off angles, in mains especially. And you can accomplish similar things. It's something you might not be as used to.
Baby Bay's
on
not
Ascent.
leaving.
Yeah.
Sticks around on the reload.
Nice paranoia, but shot the clone, and now caught on the reload is a disaster hold up. We walked into this with 1 sheriff, and it's now a 5v3%.
And remember when I was talking about the post plant with double Sensi? That's where we are now.
With the judge too jumping out of heaven, it's ugly. You don't want to see that.
This was not even a force buy.
Aegis and smokes to cycle into heaven. Trent could just be the hero. Trying to bring it back, that's 3. Sentinels over eager. And Trent willing to shut them down.
No, that's the optimal way to play an anti-eco, actually. Yes, lose all your players, have Trent pretty much 1v4. It's fine, actually.
Well, see, he saw Narrate on the other side. He was farming the ult orbs. And then Trent was like, actually, everyone please die so I can farm my own ult orbs,
because now he's 2 off ult. That's
exactly.
so smart.
Exactly. It's
This
all...
was beautiful, though. The
great
spray transfer. He resets to kill the jumping player,
Yeah.
and then does it again.
Like tracking the jump
Yep.
through the wall, too.
Baby, I can't believe it.
You imagine Baby Bay is just in that round and he's casting Trent's clutch, you know? Just the moment of it.
I think they drop him immediately.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good look. Luckily, don't think that was
Maybe
happening
that gives
in that
another
one.
caster a chance. You can step in.
Yeah, you don't want to see me up there. We're not even getting the pie. Baby Bay creeps up, but
Oh.
I mean, he did hit second. Unfortunately for him, outlaw moment.
Yeah, nice entries out of Sen. Zekin manages to shut down both there, and now Jonah creeping up gets a kill. And then we're back into a 3-on-3.
A little closer than maybe it should be, especially with Zekin being so low. Now, there are double sensors to play with, 2 flashes on the Yoru Paranoia. There's plenty to stall out G2 on the approach, but Jonah P's taking the long way round. Wow.
That he is. Zekin's holding it, though. And he'll deal with the situation.
Zekin figured it out faster than I did.
Just a bit more aware. Paranoia used, but there's a sensor to counter that out.
Last
Time is
player
ticking.
standing.
Valen now alone, trying to make it back in, but they've got it shut down. Sentinels, wasn't the round you would have thought they'd win, but make it happen with the rifles.
That was a full bonus from G2. They didn't even buy armor on a couple of players.
Yeah.
Fight to mid didn't seem so well advised. It was a dart flash combo basically every single time G2 were going for a scrap.
Nice,
It's comboing
boys.
up
Let's
those
go.
abilities.
Let's go. Grind rounds here. Let's go.
But Sen are definitely waiting for those now.
So now we get into the real rounds, rifle v rifle. G2 have farmed this ultimate very quickly for Trent.
A main control is going to be a big deal. With ultimates coming online quickly for Zekin.
You see what having the deadlock does. It's basically an additional initiator tool that you have to early take space on main, but with no one to follow it up. Jajamo just pulls off the trip and walks his way into Wine regardless.
It's a bit strange right now from Sen. Spike still left back towards spawn, doubling up and
Bang.
clearing out Wine. They saw Baby Bay in that spot before, so Jaw being there, no real surprise.
That just deletes him on the jiggle. Baby Bay shut down as well.
I mean, the game is simple if you are winning the extremity fights versus Chamber and Yoru.
That's the make or break of this comp.
You are also going to need to get the spike eventually. One would assume.
Valen.
Oh dear, this could be bad. Valen starts to line him up, that's 2. Finally traded, but now the distraction as Trent falls out of bullets.
Winnable for Jonah, though.
But what is going... Okay, we're going to use our ult to grab the spike.
It's fine.
Okay.
The Cypher is in mid. There's a 1v1 very early. Surely you're not clearing this, though.
There is a 0% chance. I mean absolute zero that we're ready for
Okay.
it.
All good.
And we weren't. Sentinels are going to take that round and just literally coming off of winning their fights in mains.
Yeah. When you're playing the double get out of jail free comp with both that Yoru and that Chamber, there are going to be rounds like that where you are just walking up, you are alone, and you pretty much just need to get the kill.
The thing is, if you die, you kind of need to be sent to jail.
Yes.
It's like, we can't be getting those agents and still dying on both fronts.
SEN players just too quick. Delete both Baby Bay and Jaw before they can TP. And now G2's money is bad.
Second, just walking through this. That is wild on the anti-eco. I don't condone that on the anti-eco.
You denounce his behavior?
I denounce that.
Yeah. Just straight up playing a member down.
And that's a dimensional drift. Not able to be tapped into.
Yeah, you could have had that combo available. You hoped not to need to use it on an anti-eco.
G2 could piece together a defense here. Down to a minute on the clock, a paranoia to stall out the hit. 3 players already waiting.
Baby will be able to swing in really quickly. Even has that teleport to go through the smoke, dip back.
They could stall long enough for Jonah P to rotate over with an ultimate. Hold on, double tel. What is happening? Fallon just matches Bang's teleport. That was sick. The paranoia to stall out as well. Sentinels aren't going anywhere.
Through the smoke. SEN is gone. 2 players left. The round is cooked.
It was a fall on Eco, and look at Spawn right now. Spike is trying to sprint away. It's actually being held for. Narrate could have an opportunity to make a mad dash of things over into B. It'll be a 1v1 on the site.
Him versus Trent. But Trent's gonna beat him there. Only a Sheriff in hand.
And 15 seconds left on the clock. Pinged out, but he takes the fight too early. Rushing
10
things
seconds left.
has given B to Narrate.
And now it's a 3-on-2 retake. Only 1 gun recovered for the side of G2.
But the IGL will be so pivotal back in main. Calls Narrate to hold over with him.
Narrate is so confident right now.
The first shot's not quite
Last
connecting.
player standing.
And now with John falling,
Revealing area.
it all rests on Narrate's shoulders. Map point is handed freely to G2 on the Eco.
Brutal round to lose for Sentinels.
Can we talk about Valorant's teleport?
Yes, that was outrageous. I mean, the Omen knows what the Omen's gonna do on the other side. Sees that smoke going up, this guy's teleporting, and picks the first perfect position to be right behind Bang.
Ironically, I think the enemy Omen TPing in might have actually blocked his teleport distance. He could have gone even further behind him and actually been seen.
Imagine the rounds where that doesn't happen. His CP goes further, and then he's just a tasty treat presented to Bang for free. Doesn't happen though, and instead they're at match point. 1 round away from sending us to Lotus.
An even larger lead than Sen had over them on Corrode.
And they have ults, abound. Their retake will be super strong with both the Steel Garden as well as the Sova ultimate.
Teleport primed down on Cat. Okay, Zekin taking his time. He couldn't find the right teleport, so ate up actually quite a bit of the clock. And now the Hunter's Fury sees the player up in the corner. Narrate trying to track off of the teleport and will secure Valen again. That's twice this game.
And that's the smoke's gone. It's going to make any retake way more difficult for G2.
Gonna make even holding these choke points more challenging.
Fake teleport.
Jaw will have to be excellent from lane.
Hard committed to the site.
I mean, he takes a shot, can teleport back. Eyes peel to him. Trent can swing from market. But none of that's going to come into the fore because the spike is
Decoy.
moseying on over to A.
SEN want a fake B. Call back into the spike towards A.
Ready.
Oh, we're just going to jump into the site now with the ulti.
Look at the rotates. Everyone has been pulled off. This is a very good call from Sentinels.
That net doesn't catch Baby Bay, though. He could try and get out in front of it. Tagged up, grabbed up. Sentinels actually just winning out on the B site, but it means that the rotates have come through. Spike was actually tossed over the Vise wall on A. And Sentinels control this side of the map. The whole time, by the way. There's a Yoru back in spawn.
Trent's about to face him.
Trent does take him down. But his teammate a long way away, and Jonah P's got an operator in hand.
It's a save. Not enough money to go for this one. And at 12-5, there's no point taking risks. Save your ultimates, find the round you know you're going to win.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? G2 have 3 ultimates right now. John, BabyBay just 1 off on their own. So you could be stacking every single ult you've got to win a round.
And when you're up this big, that's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
Play the percentages, don't take any risks, be boring, save, and then just find the round. Use all your ultimates and send us to Lotus.
Well, the thing is, I think it's just going to be the next round because Sentinels just used all of their ults in this one, right? Hunter's Fury, Dimensional Drift,
Deadlock ult as well.
Yeah, everything. And what it means is that Sentinels are looking at a huge disadvantage. Weren't able to deny the operator as well. That got recovered. So caution is still key for them.
Now we wait.
BabyBay's going to post in mid. Get that trip at least, reposition elsewhere to find an early line on the op. Paranoia line B main. Could be a little trap play here.
Yeah, trying to push players into BabyBay to peek them on out from 3.
But he backs away early. Not finding an opportunity to get a kill there.
How do Sentinels react to this? Because they're hearing so much. That's 2-3 players in B main for sure.
But if they call into A, it's the double Sentis holding there. It's an op, and now Jaw has just TP'd over as well.
Well, Narrate drones up into mid, sees that nobody's really home there. Might make Sentinels think that G2 are sticking on to that B main control.
Trip broken in mid, so G2 have to keep a player there.
Sentinels are really eating away at the clock, and I am concerned about the ultimates that G2 have at their disposal in the mid round. Here's the first just to get brilliant information, and he's going to spot out all 3 players. Now the Hunter's Fury, they're all boxed up. A little treat now, and now popping out of the Dimensional Drift.
Too high risk. He saw the player in B main, gets out of there. So both ults gone. It's still a 5-on-5, but not a lot of map control for Sen.
Not even a lick of damage for G2. Trent on the other side of this wall. And the flash doesn't hit him. Trent is here for everything. 2 for him and Jogamo to trade. The map on the line now. It's Bang and John QT. Pressure in. Smokes for Chaos. But in the Chaos, Jogamo thrives. G2 will send us to Lotus. This to determine who is taking this thing to close out week 1.
And it starts towards A. Sen with a heavy fight ready to go.
Knife into the door early, set up a trap play later on. But neither team overcommitting to things just yet.
Just use that first refreshable, hold for aggression, and then head into the reclear later on. Sen staying passive like this means that Valorant gets to stay posted up on C. He's already used a second refresh of that one-way. They'll send forces back to shoo him away now.
If things do end up finishing into A, I saw pre-round, BabyBay dropped his orb over on the A site. It'd be annoying to play around and fall back into these deep positions.
Allows a super aggressive flood retake from CT.
Right now, Sentinels are keeping their options open, playing for orbs on both sides of the map, it would seem, as the Spike heads up into rubble. And tapping this door creates a lot of pressure with the wall up. No one actually looking at that one.
He's going to pull Trent over on the Teo. The Viper starts rotating, and
wow,
this C site looks pretty open.
Yeah, G2 have really bitten on this. Now BabyBay has to walk into Heaven over on B. See if anyone's crept into the space. That's been a gap for a good 15-20 seconds.
30 seconds left.
Now the util into the C site. Valen not playing with this one really at all. It's a classic in hand as well, so can't try to spam away at the spike. And Sentinels are going to flip back towards spawn. Narrate in front, back-to-back with Zekken. Paint Shells continuing to force G2 away, and seems like Zekken might want a little bit more.
Now they fall back, get that little bit of extra time, and ready themselves for the next
Nice
phase as BabyBay decimates Zekken.
And now utility coming into the site. The rest of the G2 squad not far behind. Jogamo just deletes Narrate. And Sen have been forced to fall away from the site. There's no one left except for John QT. alive in the smoke with players all around. An assassin diving in for one for another, but cannot continue forward. G2 will take it.
Really clean retake from G2. Baby hits that nasty opening shot, and they do a great job of kind of ping-ponging which side of the retake is applying more pressure. First, it's mostly coming from CT. Then the players from Waterfall start to come in, and if you're a side anchor there for Sentinels, you just get overwhelmed so quickly with these
What's Second
crossfires.
doing, bro? What is he doing? What doing, little bro?
Josh was not lying about the vibe he's bringing. I don't think Baby has stopped talking since he got back up on that stage.
No, even when the game ended, he was talking to the cameras before walking off.
He thinks he's still casting and is paid by the word.
By the word, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he might be. How much he is saying? Teleport over onto the side. Ah, whoa, okay. The classic will get the job done.
Jaw has been dying on a couple of these anti-ecos. Doesn't happen on this one.
Surprising, because G2 are usually so legit shutting down ecos,
Enemy remaining.
and they continue to be so here.
2 off the fatal. You're pretty happy about that. Nice anti-eco for G2.
Keep hitting them like that, and this job is done.
And now Sentinel's going to have a buy online for the first time. Playing this comp compared to where the meta has kind of been at on Lotus, with Breach KO being in the fold and kind of this transition period that was Toronto, with teams moving back into the control comps, means that this map is, again, really slow. It's tough when you're playing these Raze comps to actually win an instant A fight. So most of the time you're going slow, you're going into these re-clears, but sometimes you both choose the same fight.
And that's right here. Jogamo, no scope. Actually, it was Valen that finished off the kill there.
Retrieving
Taken
flag.
down to 140. That'll really slow things down now from Sentinels. Now, good news for Sen is no Sentinel in G2's comp means that it can be a little easier to break out of these choke points even once you've lost your Raze.
Still, there's a lot of smoke cycling up and down. And a well-timed re-clear there coming through front. B is Jaw catches Zelsis on the fade of the smoke.
G2 have always been excellent on the defense side of this map, and a lot of the time it comes down to finding the opportunities to take a more aggressive angle in the mid-rounds. Step up into space.
Poison orb emitting.
John doesn't have the tools to fight off the players on A.
There's a world meme where Sentinels don't play this round.
I think they might just save it.
I mean, they're just frozen right now, hoping G2 overstep, you know, in the mid-round, and then maybe if they got a
30
pick, they'd
seconds
play,
left.
but it's over.
And that's what I'm talking about, right? Most of the time, Lotus in the new meta is going to be super slow, right? Maybe one team chooses to go for an early fight, but most teams are not going to want to flip A fights every single round. But sometimes you both make the same choice, you end up in one of those early duels, and there it just goes a
10
little
seconds
better
left.
for G2. Jojimo was so much more far forward than than Sentinels really expected.
I do respect John QT calling for the full save here. G2 will make a go at running things down, but I think a lot of the times in Valorant, IGLs on the attacking side are very reluctant to just call it quits.
Sure.
You know, once things go poorly early on like that.
You want to see more quitters in Valorant. That's what you're
Yes,
saying.
yes. More quitters. Because you know what? It means that you can still play this next round, and I love that.
It is funny because this just becomes a second bonus round for G2. Their money is going to be ridiculous, win or lose in round 4.
Still got a Bulldog, still got an Outlaw, full armor on Sentinels, so...
Make a couple little upgrades, so it's a bit better. But still, they're going to be rich for a while.
Same look from Sentinels, fighting into Mount. This time not stepping through the smoke just yet, at least.
Valen contesting more passively.
Ooh, these shots, wait, whoa, seconds down on 10 HP.
Got dinked.
That was a dink. And he's got a judge in hand too, so Raze loses like all value once you're down this low because, yeah, satcheling through a sight, it's hard to hit her. But when you only need to, you know, breathe on her kneecap and she dies, it doesn't matter how crazy she's moving.
We've seen G2 adjust into the same setup in the last 2 rounds. 2 front C, 2 front B.
Counter paranoia ready with the spit as well. Valen escaping from the utility. Jaw's right here on the door switch. Forced to teleport away. But now Sentinels don't feel comfortable even moving into B. If they go back A, Jonah P's up front.
He will have information so early on this rotation.
And the pressure is on Sentinels now, down to 40 seconds. Seized to buy even more time for G2.
G2's calling the bluff. They're not rotating into A just yet, instead keeping players on B.
Oh dear.
Through the smoke, losing Jonah.
Yeah, a little
That
counter
is a
spam.
very big pick for Sentinels.
25 seconds on the clock, trying to pinch back into B. Jogamo only has the guy. Oh my word! Just right out of the sky. Plucks him out. The spike should still be able to be planted. There's enough protection with utility coming on down.
10 seconds left.
The fight will all come down to the flank out of mound from Valen. To John QT holding things outside door. G2 have every single player fighting on their own. Someone's got to step up. Someone's got to be the hero. But it's stepping in to a grouped up, primed and ready Sentinels.
And now just Valen, smoked off in main. Backing away from this one. Sen, that was such an incredible recovery.
Yeah, it really came down to the wire. I think if Jonah P doesn't go down, this round is really tough to play.
And that was just the spam that killed him on A. If he stays alive, he's full containing space in A. Have an additional player to win out in the retake when you're a man up.
Yeah, he tried to go for some spam shots himself off his own haunt. And I didn't catch who saw it on Sentinels, but they traced him perfectly.
I like the call in the post flank from Sen though. They expect some kind of flank coming in, so decide to fight forward into heaven instead, get the pick there, and then that is a complete breakout from the site.
Time to jump.
Up for Jaw this round.
Here.
First of map number 3.
After seeing Sentinels go mound a couple of times in a row, that's what he's waiting for. This time Sentinels won't be biting there. Instead, maybe thinking that A is a weakness. Last round, they only saw Jonah P playing there deep into the round. No Senti util opens up the opportunity to go for a lot of contact plays.
Celsius just tucks in, doesn't take the fight.
Not going to take the chance. Not when his team has all this space towards A.
He can rip ult here.
Ooh, interesting. Sort of invite his teammates to cut in through break room, get into the site. It's B-pop right now, but Jogamo takes the first one. Things are getting uncomfortable for Sentinels. They might have even had the A site had they gone there, but now they're just getting ground to pieces on B. Unsure of where to finish. Zelsis, after popping the ult, is backed away completely. Sentinels are running away with their tail tucked between their legs.
A very different story from the previous round. And the difference maker there is that they didn't have Zelsis in a position where he could thorn the rotates coming in from C and coming through spawn. So the second that G2 realize this rotate is coming in, they're ripping the fade out, they're all running through these smokes, and they are the ones instead, in an advantageous fight, just holding on to the choke of players coming out of break room. And it's easy kills to close out their 4th round.
10 seconds left.
Sentinels are making these decisions to snap back into B based on very little information, right? They're playing a lot of like very slow early rounds. They don't exactly know what the site holds are going to be. So it feels almost a little bit gambly to pivot back in there. Obviously, that was the plan with the ultimate. But G2 fixed their issue from the previous round to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, the pinch from the C rotators opening the door to isolate Zelsis. Super good there as well. Coach Kaplan's going to call a timeout here.
From the execs and start playing into the lurks like you're saying.
Slow things down. Show us more what they were doing on the map 1 attack side.
But perhaps not on this round on the eco, as things look to be done with a little bit of speed into front B.
Yeah, double satchel. See what you can do with that stinger.
Yeah, no buy apart from the hero gun on narrate. Jogamo waiting up in heaven with the operator. Dodged away from the haunt, but great shot out of narrate. That's what I'm talking about. Now a pinch potentially into mount. Could just blow this round wide open. That op was recovered from Zekin too. He's posted up deep on the heaven line.
Drone will spot him. Send fight up into break room.
G2 have slowed things down for a moment though. They're waiting on this wraparound from Baby Bay. Looking back front B, but there is a wall to block
He
him.
can walk around it if he sees the gap.
I'm not sure he will. There he goes, primes it and just gets deleted. Paranoia goes into break room. Valen is going to be trailing in off of that. Now Sentinels maybe a little bit out of sorts. The op doesn't connect. And Zekken needed that one. This smoke causing chaos down onto the site. Zekken trying to get into the thick of things, get involved. And Zelsis to win it all. Zekken was just a distraction as Zelsis stabs him in the back.
The simplest round you can see. Slam it beyond the eco and win in the post plant. G2 is a team that loves playing set retakes. In Toronto, they were one of the squads who was conceding plants the absolute most. And with a team like that, if you can get posted into weird positions, if you can get forward and catch isolated players.
Okay.
It was high skill.
That was a high skill moment. Yeah, we take those.
But if you are able to actually disrupt that retake and get forward, it can be so hard, no matter what guns you have, to actually win a retake like that.
Absolutely. Regardless, G2 going to be frustrated, letting that one slip away.
They're a little bit more active this round, posting early front B.
Okay. Jonah P out in front B. Ball was up off the off shot. Now Sentinels catching Baby Bay with an orb in hand. Good thing his IGL is right behind him. Give him another lease on life.
Fake TP means Baby Bay has to be cautious of every angle on this site.
Man, on the reclear. That numbers advantage completely equalized now. Trent's been quiet in this game, but he is the sole line of defense for G2 on this side of the map. And they're ignoring his position. It's hard to make this decision. How quickly do you want to act?
His team is so far behind.
Call comes in to wait for the squad to come in on the flank.
But now you have to retake into a Viper Spit, into a Vise. Trent's gonna make his play.
But having two people coming in through door, that could be enough pressure. Turn people away from Trent. He might just be facing down at one player. This will be the move. Tons of utility to stall out the first rotation. It'll have to come on the next. Unless Jonah P sneaks on in. Look at that! Spamming through the smoke. Picks up a little bit of Zelsis's medicine there. But Trent goes down. Baby Bay into the thick of things, and Zelsis takes it again!
Back-to-back rounds for Zelsis to clutch up. SEN picked such a good moment to break out from that Viper Spit. You saw they were all three stuck together in this one tiny corner getting spammed. But they realized that the brunt of the retake is coming through door. They both push forward through that pit and managed to buy enough space to keep Zelsis alive.
Sentinels ready to capitalize off of that.
You know, Captain says run it back. Another A hit. This time, looks like it might be a little bit quicker. 4 players opening that way.
And now I've got the attack Odin spam to count out into door. Simplify things a bit.
Trap play on C. I don't think Zelsis is going to walk into it.
Zelsis might catch players rotating out of the trap, quite frankly.
Yeah, that one way is falling soon.
Eventually, G2 are going to have to give it up. But he doesn't want to overstay his welcome. The rest of his team making plenty of racket onto the other side of the map. This is where Sentinels maybe get a bit nervous. They haven't heard anything. They need to find some piece of information before snapping anywhere, because this trap, it could just as easily be A. That's why they're so cautious. That's why they're bringing the Prowler over here for a little clear. Baby Bay just deletes them.
It's 7 a.m. somewhere. He's showing up.
And now the rest of the G2 rotating into the A site. Sure, Sentinels have the guns. 4 now, but a Paranoia catches onto 2 players. Flanks on flanks. As those 2 mound players wrap around through the attacking spawn. Now Dimensional Drift. Jogamo spots the first. Information onto Zekken too. He sees all 3. G2 bear down onto Sentinels.
Rocket for Zekken.
Finds 2, but again, a shot from Baby Bay. He's taken 3 from the grave. And now the spam from Trent. G2 right back in it.
That was an eco round. And their caster substitute hits 2 nasty shots on mound.
He even snipes Zekken out of the air before the rocket takes him down. No. Oh.
He is looking clean.
That op shot got him right in the neck. He's so loud, the people in the venue can hear him on stage, like just talking
That's
at a
why they were
normal
laughing.
volume.
Yep. This guy does not stop projecting.
All right, here comes that rubble fight.
It's gonna be big.
Out of the timeout, missiles to break the door. G2 fully committing into it, and the missiles get a kill for the first time. Now the Haunt line them up for the IGL. G2's leader, and Trent with another missile kill just to eviscerate Sen.
A statement round for G2. Win the eco, out of the timeout, adapt into the A fight, and play it perfectly. And they're showing why the Teo still has some value even now. These players are running out, the missiles forced them forwards, no one's watching for the Haunt, and it's all Valen. He's pumped.
I don't know if I've ever seen Cap snap a faster timeout coming out of this one.
Instantly. Players is. That is a testament to how good the leadership of Josh and Valen is. But they still have to close it out. And despite it being stingers, this round could still be scary.
I mean, we've already seen 2 ecos this map, so get on the edge of your seat, everybody. Sentinels moving in here to Mound.
But this pit is going to slow them down so much.
Oh, will it? I don't know. The Nightfall.
They don't care.
And Zekin's just into it. Baby doesn't care. That'll be one for him. The rest of Sentinels starting to flood on through. G2 are here. The off is waiting. I don't think Sen have found the angle. Sure, they're backed into elbow. I don't even know if they can close the gap to have favorable fights with the guns they've got.
Narrate is the only one who has space really to get out. Finally enough gas to get that orb online.
And don't get me wrong, Narrate has had some pretty gnarly rounds this series.
But look how passive G2 is. They're just holding for a push on both sides. They're waiting for the spike to go down, then play your set retake and win the 5v3.
Finally, it looks like Narrate's gonna give a shot at the plant, maybe even just faking that. Flash and the Haunt doesn't connect, so threat of the ping might have helped out a little bit, but it's not gonna mean much of anything when all is said and done.
That was really nicely played by Baby Bay in the pit. Here's the Raze satcheling in. Instead of backing up, like most Vipers would do, they're running away and trying to get out. You realize that Raze is coming in. He tucks into the pit instead, and then jumps out after to punish the Raze once he's landed. And that opening pit just opens this round up, because then, hey, G2 can give a little bit of space, they can play their big advantage, and not let those bad guns get to the range where they're going to be winning fights.
Really well controlled there in the post plant, and that is the G2 you expect to see.
Now, guns for Sen. This is pretty much a must-win round. Worse than 7-5 feels real bad, and Jaw is challenging up.
Right up there with the shorty, one pump and out. Valen still holding his ground too. He's not giving up that space just yet. And, Celsius gets right back in. The high-low not quite there between Trent and Jonah P.
Celsius has had a lot of impact in these mid-rounds. But G2 have great info. They've re-cleared front B. They know this is going to be an A hit, and rotates are already coming in.
In the post plant, we likely see Steel Garden traded out for a Nightfall. Sentinels might want to get active as well. No, the Yoru's approaching from up high.
Big pick.
Absolutely massive. And now the ult out, secure the plant. 2 players ready to play up on rope. And the insurance in Narrate back to tree. Primary is available. The door is tapped. Here comes G2. It'll be Valen on his own. Working off of the utility, Jonah P opens up the first. Now finds himself down in numbers. On both sides, nowhere to go. Celsius with another 3K has been on fire.
He's having an impact game. He's the one player who has been in positions consistently to get a mid-round pick as G2 is going for their rotations and open up opportunities in mid-rounds that looked bad for Sentinels. And that kill could not have come at a better time for this team.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's get it,
Half
baby.
was slipping
Let's go,
away.
Marsh.
Now you win a rifle round, you maintain the chance to get 7-5. G2 showed really aggressive looks these last couple rounds. Here they slow it down by an op for Jaw instead and temper the pace.
Sentinels, on the other hand, not so much. Already up in front of their own smoke. I mean, and just spamming away at Baby Bay. That means the C-side open. There's no utility to slow them down. Valorant not there in time. Instead, sneaking out in front with Boombot. Reveals his position. He's got to fall back to his team.
Dream post plant for Sentinels.
Planted.
Zelsis still with full utility, a molly on John QT, and plenty of time to set up their crossfires.
But it's uncomfortable to play on site. The Armageddon for Trent. A couple of missiles too. It is about to be unleashed.
They're fighting up.
They're fighting up. Pandemonium ensues. John QT up in front of it all. And he's got to keep moving forward. There's no other option. And it means decimation from G2. Trent already with 2. Sentinels now backed into a corner. Valorant is jumping and shooting them all in the head. There's no stopping this man.
The retake from Jaw and Valen just looked so good. Sen knew exactly what was happening. They put down their util, they were ready for the ult, they had to fight up, but G2 still better in that punish. Trading back through. Thanks to some perfect utility from Trent, combining that stun with the ultimate.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, brother.
And they're feeling it. Dear, but he was a beast last stage. He's still a fragger and stepping up when the team needs it. Pistol's gonna be critical here for Sentinels. If they lose this, winning becomes a challenge.
That it will.
Poison's off.
The G2 never a team to reveal their hand too early into a round.
Toxin screen down.
And the fun is, we might actually get to see Baby Bay really test things on A-Lurks in this half. It's something we haven't really seen out of him so far in this series.
That's exactly how Leaf plays this agent. He's almost always challenging up into A or challenging up into B. He's super proactive on these lurks, and maybe they're trying to do the same. But he gets shooed away instead.
Yeah, 28 HP. Showed his hand fairly early there. So Sentinels hadn't positioned away. They had the double stack.
Still, he has a contain on this area. Knows that no one has fought deep from Sentinels.
Yeah, the rest of the team is being called in as well. As a matter of fact, Sentinels have islanded Zelsis just a bit. He's got a Sheriff back on stairs, so it makes some sense. Double Sheriffs for the Sen gang.
You can pop a tail missile into B, open that door insta, and very quickly have a B split here.
Yeah, then it all comes down to narrate, right? But how about Zelsis? What a game out of him so far. 3 3Ks, each one a round win. Puts his team in the advantage. Narrate getting a little active there, plays off the flash of his teammate, but isn't good for much. Rest of Sentinels priming themselves for this retake. No utility to work off of. They just are going in, guns blazing. Just the near sight. And that might not be enough. These shots aren't going to find themselves. G2 finding one after another. Trent in one-on-one. Down to absolutely nothing. And he's going to take it.
G2 are pumped. Winning another pistol round in this map. And trading out beautifully in that brawl. Celsius is doing so much right now. Gets an opening pick, puts his team in a winning position, and the util look good on this retake. But just a couple whiff shots coming out of heaven. Leave Trent alive.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And he just dominates in clutches like that.
It's really just been a different vibe in this place since map 1, right? Map 1, Corrode, they kind of smacked him. We're not gonna, let's just ignore that orb.
My Viper player.
Yeah, not mine. But since what G2 did to Sentinels on Ascent, they have just been so rowdy up there. Feels like just getting the one win under their belt, they're riding that wave, that hype.
Normally when you talk about like a rookie player coming into a team or someone subbing in, most of the time it's about like, hey, there's going to be a lot of pressure. You have to adjust to this. You have to shift the team's vibes. But I haven't been worried about that at all with Baby Bay because he's the ultimate guy to just slot into any situation. Something bad happens, he's laughing it off. Something good happens, he's screaming, he's building you up. It's clear he's done a lot to just help this team stay in the right mental throughout this series.
Now they're ready to move into the seaside. And Valen's just racking them up. It doesn't really stop, and there we have it. Baby Bay on the lurk finds his with the wall bang.
He gets one kill on an anti-eco and he's playing to the crowd. We came back from
A
the break
showman.
after map 2, and this guy walked out on stage and is literally just screaming to the crowd, yelling Smeek, putting his hands up.
Yeah, he thinks he just won champs. And who's to say he didn't? This is the round that determines everything, though. If you're a Sen fan, walk in.
Bye.
Or buckle up and, I don't know. BabyBay's got other plans in mind for the Sentinels.
G2 early fight to take A rubble.
They also show some presence front B with a Prowler, making Sentinels ever cautious of that B pinch.
Sen has really good info right now, though. With their Raze posted front B, still an early angle on C. They know that the heaviest front for G2 is towards A. And Merit, he's been really confident all series to just take swings like that and get an opening kill.
Part of me is like, it's kind of crazy, but he's also won like the majority of the fights he's taking.
It's like really bad if he does that and dies against a bonus round.
Right.
Getting the kill and suddenly you're in a winning position. High risk, high reward.
Now has two teammates playing around him. Can just stall out this choke. Continue cycling the Viper wall as well. Second's actually on a wildly off angle here. That is a really cute place to play. And Second is looking beautiful from it.
There's some energy back for Sentinels. A 4K for their duelist. Off of some perfect positioning.
The fact that he's pushing forward onto the angle as well. See every player on G2.
I'm back.
And not only does he win that round, but gets an early showstopper online. What are G2 cooking this round? They have a Judge. They have Judgmo's ultimate. I think this is a B slam.
We know what this is. This is find a side anchor and kill him. Saw it back on Ascent. Now the challenge is, who's he actually gonna find? If you can pinpoint where Vise is on the map, usually Sentinels are leaving Zelsis on an island by himself. The rest of the team stacked up to fight in other places. So Jogmo could just sort of put a target on his back and just snipe him out with that ulti.
Sen have good early info at A.
Who's next?
But have gone a bit more passive elsewhere. Here comes the ultimate. Can Jaw find a mark?
Here.
Sees the one player towards heaven. Now he's gonna see one into here. Whoa, he gets that kill!
The micro there is so good. Uses the clone to body block and eat bullets so he can get that opener.
So frustrating. And now pressure onto the C site with the spike teleporting in. Valen just baiting things out. He doesn't want anything of that. And front B, it's Bang. Traded out by BabyBay. The rest of G2 vacating C except for Jonah P.
Hold on. He gets a kill?
This round is madness. G2 have started holding the shift key. They're not sprinting A, they're walking back into B where they just saw Zekken with the showstopper.
But they walk in. Use barely any tools to make it happen. And now should be able to get this plant down freely.
But who is expecting the Raze to be coming all the way in through Broken?
Maybe Trent. Holding the angle.
But clearing the wrong one. Valen thought he was safe, and so did Trent! Jonah P left on his own. Can't see a thing but green. And now he's just gonna be seeing gray. Sentinels get another.
G2's best player couldn't be in the server today. But Sentinel's star is here. Had a slow start to this map, but picking it up when it matters. 2 big rounds back to back. And this could have gone so wrong at any moment. G2 getting that pick on C, opening that pivot into B. Just the awareness from Zekken to rip the ult, suspect BabyBay's walked up, and make that round winnable again.
Zekken has fully woken up in the second half. He is here to play, and that is a scary sight if you're up on stage with him on the other side.
That last round, G2 used their Yoru ult. They don't have any other tools like that available for a little bit. They're stuck down to an eco here.
Whole lot spent into Rebel now, but Bang is just running at them. This has been an issue. It's been on the anti-ecos. And it's been just biting off a little bit more than they can chew.
In your comebacks, the eco rounds are supposed to be the gimmies.
We have had 3 ecos this game, split between our 2 teams.
They applies pressure, opens the door as his team walks back towards C, but John QT has it red. 3 players from SEN rotating that way, but Baby can't find the shot. Narrate punishes, and now they realize exactly what's happening.
It simplifies for Sentinels. Now just throw all of your stall onto this choke point. G2, they're gonna have to muster up some way, come up with some possibility of getting through. The spike's gonna have to get chucked on over the top. The wall's so annoying.
Might be looking for another big second round on this retake.
Sentinels are already coming. They're already into this smoke. Completely unexpected, completely at odds with G2's own hopes of holding on to anything. It'll be 3 more for second.
3 multi-kills in a row for New Jersey's finest. And now G2 call a timeout. That was an eco round. They weren't favored to win it, but it looked doable off of getting that opener. This is the round now where if they lose this is where you really start to believe in a comeback. And you start to feel like there are bigger issues for G2.
Maybe a brawl for Mount here. Already Bang creeping up into Mount. Seeing if there was going to be anyone front B. The whole time, though, G2 have just been waiting for this one way to drop and re-clear the space themselves. That'll be the util coming on through, but surprise, nobody's home.
I like how proactive Zekin's been. Again, he's posting forward into B main, solo holding that space so his team can stack heavier towards A.
Narrate is really trying to catch out Baby Bay, playing super aggressively around the door, spending a lot of utility into it. They think if they can cut away Baby Bay, it just solves the macro of the round, and it might just do exactly that. The paranoia into Odin span is a beautiful combo. It's going to force the acceleration on the other side of the map.
Into C goes G2, but this is very similar to those last few rounds where G2, they're going to have a post plant, they have a chance, but their down numbers and Sentinels have looked really strong in these retakes.
So Giacomo goes on an adventure, flashes deep in towards spawn.
Wants to be a hero, but he only has a stinger.
It's hard to play like that. Now Valen back in Mount has a paranoia. There could be a late fight off of these players, and that's exactly what it's going to be.
Trench has ult.
A lot of utility being spent in, but Sentinels are just winning every single fight.
They were ahead of that utility. And now Valen, wow!
Hold on,
is he
that's
still
2.
making this? Okay.
The pain shells just splatter him.
That was a big investment for G2. Ripping the ultimate, thinking they had a chance. But Sen beat the timing on the paranoia, punish the players on site, and win another retake.
And now Sentinels. They're starting to get a lot of beautiful tools. Right now that they've started comboing this utility, they've solved the A lurks. They can just play in these team fight situations that they were so successful with back on Corrode. They head into this next round with a showstopper and a Nightfall to pair.
G2 need to change up how they're playing A. They're going to elect to do things more aggressive this time.
But center here.
It's going to be a brawl.
And a paranoia right off the rip. It's a beautiful read out of John QT. Valen calls them to hit the brakes, back out of that space entirely.
They didn't actually use any util. They still have paranoia. They still have full Teo tools to re-clear. But instead of going there, they're going to put some pressure back in towards B.
The issue is they haven't dealt with the Rebel player, so Sentinels have left Bang on top of that, have now moved everyone that was in the A fight onto B, and are ready to react to whatever G2 is going to throw their way.
So, do they call back into an A re-clear? Looks likely. Little pressure being applied towards C.
Yeah, give a go at a fake here, it seems. But you got to get this wall. This has been something they have not been dealing with every round.
Do it this time. Bang alone here. He'll have very early information, but rotates. They're a long way away.
Just comes down to how actively he wants to play on the site. On the anti-ecos, it's been an issue. Overreaching, as a solo player, but Bang is going to hold his ground on backside, take his time with things. This is the right approach.
They're pivoting. It's going to be a split into this B site, but they don't have front B control.
Yeah, this is going to
No,
be
it's
too
a fake.
tough.
They're going back A instead.
You've got to go back into this A
15
side.
seconds.
With so little time on the clock, without the guns to play with, there is not a hope in the world for G2 in this round.
That is an easy finish for SEN. And now this comeback truly seems to have legs. 5 rounds won in a row for Sentinels.
And they didn't have to use either their critical ultis that round either.
Yep. And in these last couple rounds, the key piece has been dominating space in A. Previously, they were flushing the lurk of Baby Bay, then posting someone. Here, it's winning the early fight, getting an embed, and then G2 are having to put so many resources so late in the round to get that re-clear, which means there's time for everyone who is stacking C to run over. And here we go again.
Yeah.
It's Sentinels with A control.
And wouldn't it be great if G2 could just say, oh, you have 3 on A, we're just going to speed up into C, but that doesn't work when you're playing against the Vise and the Viper, right? The wall, the thorns on the ground, the snake bite, you can never get into C on that first initial attempt.
Yeah, you have to do something like this. Put a little util, send in the clone, bait out the wall.
And go for the re-clear. Wants A, potentially no.
It's a heavier setup this time. 2 players here. Bang doesn't have a paranoia, but Narek can support.
No one's behind that drone, though. Just trying to force Bang off of the angle? Call in some support?
I imagine they think after suppressing the Omen, he's going to try and back away. No. Sticks around and SEN hold the space.
Hold on. Valon's going behind enemy lines. He's been having a game.
Cover going out.
And he could be the thorn in Sentinel's side. They've got to be aware of him. But nobody's ready for Nair Range! Nair Range with 2!
Down A.
But it's trade.
The site has been opened up. Valon not overreaching yet, but thinking about it, taking his moment and going up into it. I don't know about that, Valon. I don't know about that! But somehow he's making it work. 3 for the leader.
Excellence from Valon. The C's caught onto the second player in heaven. They couldn't hear the TP, and Valon feasts.
Zelsis now finds himself in a 1-on-3. 3 round winning 3Ks in this game. He'll start to slip away if he can't be a hero once more.
This comeback was truly something. 5 rounds won in a row. But now staring down the barrel of 11.
The time is working against him. There could be players around him, in the corners, in the walls, that's 2! Celsius on the move! But it's just too little, too late.
So G2 get their 11th. And what a round it was.
Valon with the 3K after ulting behind enemy lines.
It's a combination with the Fade twice in the same round. They rip the ultimate, ensure that no one is listening from the 2A anchors. He TPs in, then it's the C's combo TP up. Valon is putting it upon himself to win this game. The IGL is 23-11.
Ridiculous. But yet there's not a moment to breathe.
SEN again, dominate early space, embed someone mount, and embed someone front B.
This time though, Zekin's got an operator. Dimensional drift now, sent into the site. Trying to see all the util, put pings down to break away those pieces as the rest of G2 filter in behind him. It'll be a 5-on-5 retake.
2 ultimates for SEN.
Steel Garden, and the fight forward from Jaw. Beautiful timing, but it's traded out. Zelsis was there. And now the rest of the Sentinels on a warpath. A Nightfall in, but Jonah P doesn't care. It's traded back and forth for now. We're still inside of the pit.
Baby Bay just has to live, and then Spam is so potent with this pit up.
Valon up in front! Finds the person again, slips away, bang back into things. It's a 2-on-2 now, with a missile in the post. Sentinels have to fight forward, have to fight in, but now the pit falls. Line of sight open for Trent. Can't find the Spam! And Bang will take SEN up to 10.
G2 did so much to try and keep Baby Bay alive. 3 different players put their life on the line. Both Valon as well as Jonah trying to fight forward and keep that pit up. But as soon as he dies, the smoke goes up. It is so much harder to win that round off spam. And you have to give such credit to Bang. He is not favored in either of these fights. Charging into the pit, hitting 3 nasty shots, and wrestling the momentum back from G2.
What a cherry on top to the end of week 1. G2 versus SEN going the distance, map 3, and this close. But it will be G2 now. Onto the light by, onto the singers, those classic singers. Not making much of anything in this round. It is over faster than it began. It's all tied up.
11-11. Zekin activated. Shuts down the eco execute on B. And now the onus switch is over to G2.
Almost fumbled Qbert. We're taking good care of him now. Sentinels winning 7 of the last 8 rounds. Dominant on this second half. And it's nearly the end of the road. It is time to show up. John QT already puts down the
He's just walking out on the site. He's past the pit, but he's alone.
Oh, John just off from clearing him out. Now his position has been honed in on. Still, Hunter's approach from G2. 3 on the site. The spike has been guided in, and Zekin is down low. The difference maker in this second half. He has stepped up.
SEN give up the pit. They back away. They'll play a full 5-on-5 retake.
Breathe. G2 have plenty of time to work with. Waiting for those smokes to refresh. Waiting to get some pressure back on the site, but Sentinels are using their own util to stall this out. It might be time to look for a little fight, and Celsius is waiting for him. Sentinels have opened up well and are continuing to do so. The spike is down out in the open. It's a mess for G2. Jonah P and Valen, the sole survivors here.
The spike is down backside. There's an Omen ult to get it, but Valen needs to get out. He's gonna try and run to B, ult for the spike, and pivot.
Ridiculous, it's a fake. It's a complete fake out from him. He's gonna grab the spike, cancel, but still be back in mound. He could even throw the spike over to Jonah P to grab a Nightfall. It's only Bang sticking around here on 40 HP. And that spike is going down.
10 seconds left.
Sentinels realize their error, but it's just too late.
They're all so low.
And now G2 know no one is coming in from spawn. They're worried about their own backs. They turn around for it. Sentinels are just waiting. A smoke of their own. It's a guessing game now. Who will break first? Who is it gonna be? Eyes on Valen as they all come up into him. And now Jonah P is out of the equation. Sentinels have brought it all the way back. From 3 to 9 to 12 to 11. It is series point for SEN.
They lost both pistols. Lost a bonus in the first half. But now a near perfect defense side. And G2 made such a good call with the fake from Valen. Secure the plant. But in a 3v2, it's again the team fighting. Coming through for Sentinels. They are excellent in the brawl. And heading into the last rounds of regulation. G2 have 4 Bulldogs.
Oh dear. 4 light armors versus Celsius off the Odin. Sentinels fully kitted. And G2 haven't had an answer since the pistol. G2, we're talking such a big game. We're having so much fun up there. Well, I'll tell you something, it's been real quiet in these last few rounds.
Toxin screen down.
Zekin alone facing front B. And Jonah considering testing him.
It's time. This fight, good flash and a better shot. Valen finds his mark.
Bring them down.
So Valen gets a clean 5v4 to play with.
And there's still a Nightfall for Jonah P to tap into. A free hit sight button.
They'll fake C, put pressure with the clone,
Yeah, just eat up that wall.
and TP back into A.
5 players ready, bang, and narrate, want to get in front. As soon as this wall goes down, what a shot! The flick is just immaculate. And he's out of there. Nightfall now, G2, pressured up, they can't see a thing.
The paranoia is perfect, stalls him out completely.
I mean, it's a masterclass from Bang. Playing back in sight, but now his position is revealed. His task becomes oh so much more difficult. Pushing forward, there he is. But it's all down to Zelsis now.
And what a game he's had. Critical multi-kills have kept this game alive. A chance to do it again. Avoid overtime.
He wants to end it now. But he makes a footstep, makes the drop sound. G2 know exactly what is up. We wouldn't have it any other way. Overtime for G2 versus SEN.
Just an outrageous game. 2 impeccable defensive sides. But it's G2 with 4 Bulldogs to keep this one going.
I mean, that opening piece, removing Zekin from the server, that's really what got it all started. We're back. See, it's a little milder. It's a little bit more reserved.
But both teams have to keep the energy into OT. G2 start on defense. They were strong here.
Sentinels ended up running so many pivots back into B in the mid-rounds. This time opening up strong front B. A door open, a trap play from G2. No, not even hitting that, just using the paranoia.
That's a big tool gone for G2.
That's gonna make Sentinel's head spin. What does that actually mean? Forget that, let's just go into the site, find out ourselves. Zekin will be a scout and a killer. Now the door is tapped. Spike can't be planted just yet. It's ring around the rosy. Sentinels are headed to C, but it's already being preempted, Mimi.
They're already out on site. 2 players here to hold from G2.
Baby Bay and Valen waiting, lying in wait. And Sentinels now in trouble. Maybe not. Maybe they've just fought their way through it. Valen now running away as the fight flips back into spawn. Sentinels are running circles around G2.
The ultimate earn for Zekin. A 5-on-2. And both players from G2 stuck in main.
The last round feeling like just a speed bump for Sentinels. And we're gonna cement that fact. Again, Sentinels on series point.
SEN have been immaculate in the team fights all game long. In that round, it's a full-on B execute. They're on the same page when they pivot into C. They're on the same page when they fight main, when they then go and fight into CT. All of these decisions, all of these changes are being made so quickly. But Zekin is on top of it. 3 kills for the duelist.
Again, the glow up at halftime. Past that wall and
SEN expect a heavy A fight. But G2, they're not committing to it. Instead, they might be choosing to slam C, and this could be the perfect round to do so.
because they played so quickly all throughout their own attacking side. It would be unexpected to run with everything on the line.
They always feign the first layer of this hit.
But it's a different wall this time. You can see it's deeper on site. It remains unbroken.
So G2 slow the game down again.
It's a great adjustment out of Zelsis.
The issue is that SEN still has their embeds front A.
And now G2 have left Jogamo over into Mound. He's going to take a while to group back up with the team. It's time to poke our heads into B. Zekin is there. Zekin on the offline, harder for G2 to deal with. And now with the wall being cycled up and down, they call to give it up.
G2 has no space right now, minute on the clock. They're finally gonna have to re-clear something.
But they also remember there was no wall over on the C side. They don't even know necessarily that Vise is there.
They might think she pivoted into B or something like that.
40 seconds left on the clock. It's starting to get a little bit dangerous.
The Viper rotates into C.
Oh no, and now the utility could just cycle up. There's the first molly coming down. Jogamo is gonna have to take it. Jogamo's gonna have to get it all done. It's all riding on him and he's good for it. G2 have pathed the way into the site. Continue to flood in behind.
Another retake for Sentinels. This time down numbers. This time no Zekin.
Mark 2.
And a long wraparound from Trent. He was thinking about the flank. Junction G's already on site though. Sentinel's not wasting any time. And narrate, that's one, almost another. Jogamo needs some help. Send help for the man. It'll be there. He knows where these players are. He's done good to bring it down to all on his own. And narrate takes it. Sentinels will best G2 in week 1.
What an incredible way to end it. A 1v2 clutch for Narrate.